Seniors, men, ladies, and juniors, plus a driving range, banquet facilities, and a swimming pool, picnic area, and more. For your tee time or other questions, call 828-428-2451. The Glen Oaks Golf Course, 245 Golf Course Road in Maiden. It's world class for the working class.
It's time to come out and play at the newly renovated Lincoln Country Club. Since 1946, the Lincoln Country Club has been challenging golfers. Ask about special membership opportunities, enjoy the new swimming pool, and the restaurant just can't be beat. Practice your drive and know the driving range, too. For your tee time, call 704-735-1382 for the Lincoln Country Club. 2052 Country Club Road in Lincoln and online at lincolncountryclub.net.
It's like 1, 2, 3 at the new Appliance Center in Shelby and Forest City. Buy one appliance and get it delivered for $35. Buy two appliances and get them delivered for $60. Or buy three appliances and get them delivered for $75. Plus buy a refrigerator priced over $1,000 and get it delivered free. At the Appliance Center, 508 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby and 793 West Main Street in Forest City. Online at theappliancecenter.com and like them on Facebook too. Full Throttle Power Sports in Gastonia has just gotten a whole lot bigger, and we mean a whole lot bigger. They have just purchased MS Power Sports in Gastonia and are now your dealer for Honda, Suzuki, and Kawasaki, along with CF Moto, Yamaha, and Polaris. Golf carts too, one big dealer under one big roof, plus a complete parts and service department. Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Lowell, online at ncfullthrottle.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even... Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Your auto owners insurance agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, 1205 East Main Street in Maiden.
Welcome to another Terry and JP pushing buttons and making them sound good. Because if I hadn't push buttons, they would just sound terrible.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that the buttons sound good when you push them, or we sound good when you push the buttons?
You sound good when I push the buttons.
Okay, just wanted to make sure how you were
Good
wording
job,
that.
JP.
You know what else sounds good?
Shelby Heating and Air.
Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. I think I heard on one of the commercials they got a $55 inspection on your heating system, which you might need. Going to be a little cool, especially next weekend. So give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It's got a big weekend, big show today. Of course, we want to start off here And with the big weekend here in Charlotte on WCSL, you're listening to 92.9 FM. The race weekend playoffs are here in Charlotte. Roval 101. I know Terry's excited about this. I am too. I'll be there tomorrow with the children, showing off what's going on. We got here, I got a bunch of little storylines and stats and notes here. And let's see, we got practice is back today. Schedule this weekend for Sunday's race. Teams will be broken into groups of A and B for 20-minute practices. If you want to go out and watch those at 12 o'clock, 12:30, and at 1 p.m. to set the starting lineup. Playoffs drivers will be ordered by the previous race metrics, assigned to Group A or B, if any of y'all care about that. Roval storylines. Alex Bowman is out. And, Terry, that's been a big news the last few weeks is the health of these drivers and safety. And a lot of the guys have been making a big point about this. And Bowman's out. Kurt Busch is out. Who else is hurt? It seems like there was one other one that's been out.
That's the only ones I can remember off the top of my head.
But they've been out for seems like an extended period of time now, isn't it?
Yes, they are. On account of the concussion. It's about the same thing that Dale went through, which ended up coming to his retirement. And that's what these guys are thinking about. I mean, when you've been in a car and all of a sudden everything changes and you start talking about, well, your security in a car, and now all of a sudden it's concussions that you're having to deal with quite often now with these new cars. I can see that being brought forward.
That we talked last week. I said how the drivers were complaining about the hits are harder. It doesn't. They're not as cushioned. Whatever the issue is, that they're feeling it more, and the guy said they got to do something about it. Gragson is filling in for Bowman. And the Kurt Busch guys, they did a bunch of switcheroos trying to win the owner's points with Bubba Wallace now, and the guy, I don't remember exactly who's where, but we're going to talk a lot about that today as far as, the concussions anyway in the football and the NASCAR, and one thing, especially in the football, and then Terry, with Dale Earnhardt, it wasn't the head, it was the neck. And that's one thing that people, and Michael Irvin had to retire because of the neck. Aitman, neck and concussion problems. He took it off. But it's supposed to be getting safer and better. And of course the drivers are saying it's hitting harder. And did you guys see Tom, did you see the guy jump out of the car before it finished wrecking?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Terry, did you see that?
No, I did not.
Highlight? Oh, okay.
I did hear a good bit about the concussions, and that's going to be, they did a story. That wasn't even on a sports show. It was like on national news, the number of concussions that are happening and people that are held out for precautionary reasons. And who's the guy's missed 10 weeks? Who's been out 10 weeks? Busch?
Kurt Busch.
Yeah, Kurt Busch been out 10 weeks. So, I don't know. What do you think they're going to have to change? I remember when they came out with the Hans device. That was about 30 years ago, but that was just to keep you alive.
Yeah.
To make sure your neck didn't snap. I don't know what they're
this is the truck race. If you guys didn't see it, and watch the driver here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was ready to bail.
He was out. I'm gonna pull it up bigger for you guys over there. So this is I think Joey Robinson, or make sure I get his name right here in a minute. Jordan Anderson. So Anderson, let me rewind back for you watching. So his car catches fire here and starts turning, and right about here, when he turns down towards the wall, he's unbuckling right now. He is getting out. He's on fire in the car, and when he hits the wall, it ejects him out of the wall.
He's lucky.
So this has been one big issue, Terry, as far as the fires. And
Kevin Harvick.
Now you got a driver catch it on fire, and he had to be helicoptered to the hospital. He passes out right there because he'd gotten burned and he's in shock, and he had to be helicoptered out of there. And he's been in the hospital with, I don't know what degree burns. I don't know all that. But that's been one of the big issues that the guys have been talking about. And so that's one of the scarier wrecks that you've seen probably in NASCAR. A lot of people pretty upset about that, Terry. What do you think about that?
Well, it's one of them things. Nobody wants to see another Fireball Roberts. I mean, he ended up dying from his crash where his car caught on fire and et cetera. But, you know, when you drive cars and everybody know every bit it can happen, and this is stuff that this is what people go watch, though. When people saw this, everybody was probably totally amazed and look, man, this dude's jumping out of his truck before it ever crashes. And it's bad to say that that's what America wants to go see, but that's what they're after. I don't mean that in a bad way, but that's what they're after, wrecks and stuff like that to happen. And I don't know what NASCAR can do or the truck series can do to change stuff like this. I mean, if you're going to be driving at over 180, 190 mile an hour and things happen, and I mean, when this truck catches on fire, this guy knew he was in trouble, especially once he turned, you know, because it's coming up underneath the hood into his feet. And, you know, and he is already, like I said, unbuckling, ready to get out. So.
I think there was a little sound from it at some point, but not on that broadcast. And I'm not looking forward to anything, but just wanted to show you guys that one and what's been going on here with these guys and some of the things. So 19 different drivers have won this year, tied for the most all time. This is the Rover weekend, so Chase Elliott is one of the favorites this weekend. The big talk about him and Harvick.
Oh, really?
And they're wrecking. But what about Harvick? Rodney Childers gets suspended, Terry, for a month for altering Tom, you know, I
heard about this. Heard about this.
They get the parts they're all supposed to be the same, so they modified some parts.
Yeah, I heard about that. And I guess now the one thing they said he suspended for that was the modification for safety or advantage. I mean, why do you use a modified part? Are they feeling it's safer?
I would say 97%. I not reading the story. Advantage.
Yeah, but seeing cars catch on fire and people getting concussions and things, I'm like, are they not trusting these parts? You know, that's what I kind of
obviously.
Yeah, not seeing.
The one part that was catching on fire was, I think it was rubber or something like that, was it, Terry? And they had to change it to steel metal. To keep it out of. It was supposed to keep the fires out. Now that was a truck, so I don't know the difference as far as the setup that way. But it says Childers fined $100,000 and a level 2 penalty for modification on a single source part. The infraction falls under the headings, Tom, you'll like this: 14.1 vehicle assembly and 14.5 body, resulted in a 100-point penalty. For the team. Additionally, Childers fined $100,000 and suspended for 4 races.
And that's what should happen. If you're cheating, you should be punished.
Well, what happened if you ain't cheating? You ain't trying. That used to be NASCAR.
It's
wasn't
simple, Tom. You're cheating.
That was his 600th race too.
I'm sorry, you're cheating.
Was that really 600? Wow.
Yeah, that was Rodney's 600th.
Man, that's a lot of races.
Crew chief. Yep, it is. It's a ton. So. There's that. In the playoffs right now, above the cut line, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney. Now, Terry, what do you think about? So, Tom, we talked last week. I believe I showed you the wreck during caution, right, of William Byron and Denny Hamlin, and then that was mentioned. Did we talk about that, Terry? Or did that happen just Sunday?
I think we did.
Okay, so they rescinded so Terry, they gave him his points back. What do you think about that? Like, he wrecked Hamlin during the caution. It didn't end Hamlin's time that day, but still, he purposely wrecked another driver during the caution.
What could I bring back to get points back? What could I say to NASCAR for them to say, okay, we'll just tap you on your hand and say everything's okay and give you them back? What can you do after you've took them away? What can you come to me and tell me, Tom, that's going to make me change it and give it back to you?
Well, if you're not going to take points away, what stops you? People are saying, what stops you from wrecking people during the
caution? Next person's going to do it
during the championship race.
Yeah,
championship race in Phoenix. You got 3 cars going. What's stopping from one of your teammates or something just dumping a guy? All he's going to get is a whatever little fine they gave.
That's what I'm talking about.
Rodney got 4. Tom, the crew chief, got 4 races and $100,000. But the guy wrecking the guy during caution, it's okay. You can boys will be boys.
Real simple. Somebody's got friends and somebody doesn't.
Well, that's what a lot of the people on the internet obviously are making the accusation that Byron's got more friends than Denny Hamlin does for some reason. But Elliott's in first in the standings right now still with Ryan Blaney. He's 32 points up on Blaney and Chastain. Denny Hamlin's in 4th, Logano 5th, Larson 6th, Byron 7th, and Suarez 8th. So Byron getting his points back. He was 11th. Now he's 7th. Briscoe, Cindric, Bell, and Bowman's not going to make it. So Briscoe, Cindric, and Bell on the outside looking in here at the Charlotte Roval.
What a tough place to go.
I was about to say,
for
did
your
either one of
last
those
race.
3 have a chance?
Briscoe, Cindric's not bad.
They're
Christopher
12
Bell can win it.
They're okay. So
I mean,
Bell's got to win it. He's 45 back.
Yeah, he can win the darn thing.
But
I mean, he's
Briscoe
that
and
good.
Cindric's are only 12 back, and and let's see.
I don't give Briscoe a chance.
14
and
back.
Cindric and Christopher Bell, but out of you, those two, Christopher Bell probably has the best opportunity.
So if basically 21-28, man, it's so close. If let's say anyone besides Chase Elliott basically in the top
Daniel Suarez is the
7,
bigger one that's be out.
Terry, if any one of those wreck, though, what I was going to say is that somebody in the bottom, either Briscoe or Cindric, will have a chance to jump ahead of them, if not
They
both
can.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
So just don't wreck. It's one of those times you got to finish the race.
Yeah,
You gotta
don't
get-
do what is it, Martin Truex, Jimmy Johnson deals.
Spin each other in the last turn.
Yeah, and then it costs you from getting in.
Looking at the odds, Elliott's the favorite. Reddick pretty close. Larson, Byron, Hamlin, all the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. You got to like Chase Elliott on the Roval. I mean,
Yeah,
Terry
already.
Allmendinger 10-1 odds. He's got full-time racing gig next year at the 16 car. So he's at 10-1 right there. Pretty good, isn't it?
yeah, they got
he
best.
is.
Yeah, they got best. Bell is 15-1.
All right. Picks, Terry?
For tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'm going to go Reddick. I would say Elliott, but I'm going to give Tom our you go.
Hey, you
Tom.
know
You
I
can
was going to
have
go
it.
with Elliott.
I know.
You know I've got to go
So
with the
there you
favorite.
go.
I don't know enough insider information to make a pick against the grain.
That's
You're not
right.
gonna you're not going to pick Kyle Busch this week, Terry?
Well, Kyle Busch, I don't think Kyle Busch cares right now.
Well,
that's the difference. I don't
Well,
think he cares.
I was going to say, with this being a race that you're not, in the last few races he's been blowing engines, it's kind of hard to blow an engine in this race, isn't it?
It is very hard.
So, wouldn't this be a good race that maybe Kyle Busch might be able to finish pretty good there?
Well, he should.
What's his odds, Tom? Kyle.
Well, probably
Kyle's
about
was
12,
20-1, I think.
20-1.
Yeah,
okay.
20-1.
Well, so look, see there, it's even below Christopher Bell.
Honestly, that's a good bet.
You know,
That's a good money bet. As far as
you can't bet on Kyle Busch right now.
I'm not saying that's like guaranteed bet. I'm saying that's a good value bet right there at 20
Yeah,
to 1.
probably is.
Other than compared to everybody else, I'd rather put who's above him. Name some of the names above him, Tom.
All right, hold on one second.
And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'd rather have Kyle Busch at 20 to 1 than all these people probably.
So I was
Probably
looking.
Ain't that
So we
bad.
got Hamlin's 12-1,
Not at the
Byron
road
12-1, Allmendinger 12, Joey Logano 15, Suarez 15, Bell also 15, Cindric,
Logano might win this.
Swore.
Blaney, Chastain are
That's
both
who might win
15.
this race.
Briscoe's 20-1. Buscher, is that right?
Yeah.
25-1. Truex 25-1. So is Harvick 25. Bowman 30-1. McDowell
Well,
30. Kyle Busch. Did I say 20?
You said 20. He's
30
worse
to
than
1.
that.
30 to
Well,
1.
Terry,
30 to 1.
Terry,
Okay.
if you in Vegas are so low on Kyle, I'll ask you one
I'm listening.
real question before we move on. Is Kyle Busch being sabotaged?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
The conspiracy
When he
theories.
had 2 races back to back that he blew engines, yes. I don't think they want him to win.
Tom,
I don't think he cares now.
He's
though.
accusing his own team of exploding $1 million engine.
Kyle Busch has never
Two of
blown
them.
back-to-back engines in 2 straight races.
Here's the bet, though. Here's the bet.
Sounds like he is doing a little cold trickle, Terry.
Well,
And
Cole-
maybe it ain't him. It's not Harry. It's Cole.
Cole Custer 100-1.
Oh, Cole Custer.
so there's what I'm talking about when we talk about road courses. Cole Custer has no chance. There's no way.
He's 100-1.
That's what I'm talking
He's
about.
100-1.
Why should you even have
He
him
could
even in the
try.
race?
He could try. a
Well,
little
he
harder.
can try.
Well,
but-
he's got a dive bomb like Chase Elliott does in the corners and quit driving around like Granny Smith.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, JP, we got a phone caller. Terry, Coach Mallory here, West Lincoln.
Coach, how you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Terry.
Hey, buddy,
I just on this beautiful morning.
Yes, it is, and a big win last night for the West Lincoln Rebels. A game that, to me, changed hands, and I'm going to let you talk more about it, but especially your offensive line that opened up some mighty big holes for Truesdale and especially Mason Avery. But the big play for me last night and in the game was, I think, about the second quarter when they hit that big pass way down the sideline over to the right side of the end zone that would have put Newton Conover up 21-14, and they had to call that play back, and then y'all held them, and then y'all went down and scored and took the lead, and then stopped Newton when they extra point missed to go up 21-20 right before halftime, and then y'all come out in the second half, and a tough fought battle, but West Lincoln comes out on top.
Yeah, man, great game, great battle back and forth. Right before halftime, we were hoping to be up with a touchdown lead going into halftime and then getting the ball when we got out, but that didn't happen, and we were lucky to be up, 1 point at halftime?
Yes.
But, well, it was up 1 point at halftime, and we felt we'd played a good game offensively, and we told the guys at halftime, just keep going, so we're going to score every time we get the ball if we have to. And we came out, we punted our first drive. We said, well, we're okay, and we just kept at it. That's our mentality. If we're close at halftime, we can make the adjustments, and we're going to keep at it and keep coming after you.
Well, I know last night we had Mason down for like 200 yards right at halftime, and unofficially we had him at 385 for the game, and I kept telling them, I said, the record at West Lincoln is 279, held by Clay Leatherman way back in 1986. So 36 years later, Mason breaks that record and then breaks it by 106 yards by our count, so
ain't that something? Me and David were talking about it after the game. He came and told me that that's what you guys had down. I couldn't believe it. I knew he did good. I didn't know he had for over 300. Man, that's something. He broke that record by over 100 yards. I told David, so that record will stand a long time. May never be broken. But, yeah, I watched tape last night, and, man, some of the runs he has is unbelievable. That kid's unreal.
Well, some of the things that he does, and I kept telling him, he's almost like a man amongst boys because he's a guy towards the end of the game. A lot of the Newton Conover guys were trying to tackle him from the side instead of hitting him face to face, so.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's the way I feel. He's a man among boys, and if he gets in the second level, people are trying to tackle him, stepping aside and maybe chase him down and tackle him. Especially second half, they don't want to tackle that boy no more. Man, what a guy! I mean, in my opinion, he's the best that's ever done it to run the football in the red and gray. I mean, I don't see how you can say any other way. It's unbelievable. I wish, man, this kid's just unbelievable.
Well, tell me something. Give some of your offensive linemen a lot of credit last night because I saw some gaping holes for him to go through also last night.
Yeah, man. Well, we've been working hard. Our O-line, we work hard from May all the way through the summer, through fall camp. Ben Saint at tight end, Xander Harrelson at center, did a remarkable job getting on the linebackers all night when they went split middle. Then they covered us up, and he was getting his nose guard reached. Then our guards got on linebackers. Curtis Golan, right guard. He's a 3-year starter. Caleb Sain at right tackle. He's going to be a 3-year starter. Did a great job. Left guard, Camden Sain. Left tackle, Dane Harrelson. They all did a tremendous job. Just, man, great kids, smart kids, work like you wouldn't believe. Just very fortunate to be able to coach them.
Well, Coach, coming up next week, I know you got West Caldwell that you have to go visit. And maybe, and I look at it like this, I hope that maybe we can get Mason out of there before halftime if we open up the game early and give him a little bit of rest because last night I saw a tired young man by the time you got to the fourth quarter.
no kidding. That last touchdown he ran in, I noticed last night, the last 4 yards before he got to end zone, I mean, he was just give right out. Yeah, I seen he was tired as could be, too. It'd be nice to be able to rest him, yeah. But there's not much breathing room in this CVAC conference. That's all there is to it.
Well, I know.
So we're not taking it lightly, so, you know.
Yeah, I noticed last night where East Burke led.
East Burke played Bunker close, didn't they?
They did, and Bunker Hill come back at the very end and won the game.
I heard East Burke was up 20-6 or something like that.
They were. They sure were.
Gosh, dang. That's crazy. Well, that don't surprise me at all. That don't surprise me.
Yeah, high school football, nothing surprises you.
Yeah.
No. Bunker Hill can be beat. Any of us, anybody can be beat on any given night in this conference. There's no doubt about it.
Well, Coach, what you got planned for today? A big win last night, homecoming?
I'm having my coffee. I'm getting around. I'm going to head to the mountains. Don't get a lot of time to do it, but I'm going to go up to our hunting club in Burke County and go deer hunting and stay up to the old hunting cabin tonight and get back in the morning time to watch our Sunday game film session.
And then watch them Cowboys tomorrow evening, right?
No, not watching those stinking Cowboys. Watching the West Lincoln Rebels get ready for West Caldwell.
Well, you know, you guys talked a lot about, you know, last night's game and Mason Avery, but he broke the school record. But, Terry, I contend that he was not the MVP.
Well, depends on what MVP we're talking about.
I'm talking about the homecoming queen.
Oh,
last
yeah.
Night. Mason Avery is not the MVP of last night's game, Tom.
D.D. Wallace.
D.D. Wallace is the MVP of last night's ball game.
I heard y'all.
Let's be
I heard
honest.
y'all talking about that.
I don't even know. D.D. won the homecoming queen.
Yes. That's what we're talking
I'll be
about.
dang.
She's the
Didn't
MVP.
even know that.
Sure did.
Yeah.
She won that thing.
I had D.D. in class. She's a good girl. She's a good girl.
Yeah. Sorry, Mason. You don't even get the MVP. He don't even get the game ball.
Yeah, we give out a belt each week. There's really not much question who will get that this week.
Yeah. Sorry, Mason. D.D. gets it all.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I want to tell you something else. As you mentioned in last night's game, Truesdale 7 carries for 105 yards himself.
How long was that touchdown he kept it on option?
81.
Dang, he took that to the house, man. We couldn't believe it. Jalen, he was tagging behind him. He could have pitched it any time, and Jalen would have had that one. But we watched that play a lot last night, and Truesdale played it perfect. And Jalen was right there, and he got between as the pitch man. He got between the last defender and kind of slowed right down. It was great.
Well, I said we was up there in the press box, and I told everybody when Jalen was catching up, I said, he's going to stop this thing because he's going to get in front, and that's exactly what he did. He just got in front and slowed down to slow the guy that was trying to run him down. But he did a great job himself. Yeah,
that was a beautiful option play. If we can get that part of our game going, man, we're hard to beat. But, you know, it's not easy putting it all together in one game, and that's what we've failed to do, our 2 losses. But we're still fighting.
All right, Coach, we'll bag you a deer. Or 3, or whatever.
Yeah.
How many you want to shoot?
However you got tags for.
That's
However
right.
many you got tags for. Well, good luck next week, Coach. We appreciate you calling in to Saturday Morning Sports Talk.
Thanks,
Y'all
Coach.
have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right, scores last night. Burns 48-6 over Thomas Jefferson. Hendersonville 52-0 over East Rutherford. Cherville 47-0 over Highland Tech. West Lincoln 35-26 over Newton Conover. Crest 73-6 over North Gaston. Kings Mountain 31-20 over South Point. Ashbrook 30-22 over Kramer. Huss 12-7 over Forest View. Chase Trojans 42-14 over Brevard. Bunker Hill 24-20 over East Burke. Maiden 52-27 over Bandy's. Lincoln 42-13 over West Caldwell. RS Central 36-32 over Patton, and East Gaston 49-0 over Bessemer City. Drawn 56-21 over Madison. East Lincoln
scoring a lot of points.
63-3 over Ford. Statesville 16-0 over West Iredale. Hickory 34-0 over North Iredale. North Lincoln 28-21 over St. Stephen's. 37-21 Freedom over South Caldwell. Watauga 34-20 over Alexander Central. High Brighton 63-40 over Ashe County West. Henderson 45-21 over Pisgah. Tuscola 42-22 over East Henderson. And Franklin 35-3 over North Henderson. JP, you ready in there? Let's see. JP, you ready in there?
Yeah. Look like that show when we start the game. I mean, pregame.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. KDCBroadcasting.com.
You'll get more than a fair deal at Shelby Heated and Air. And to celebrate the return to the Cleveland County Fair, Shelby Heated and Air is now offering a fair service call special of just $55. Get a heating system checkup service call for just $55. Also, get up to $750 with a special Shelby Heated and Air discount on qualifying systems. Call today at 704-487-7877 and schedule your $55 service appointment today. Shelby Heated and Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. There's no use to be cold this coming winter. Head on into Today's Pro in Shelby for warmth and comfort. From gas logs to fireplaces to inserts and more. With name brands like Empire, Monestin, and Buckstone. Be ready for old man winter today with a stop at Today's Pro in Shelby. And they also do service calls. And don't forget they fill those propane cylinders. Just call 704-600-8393. 704-600-8393. Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at thetodayspro.com. Are your drains not draining? Are your sewer lines backing up? Have you no water? Things like those will drive you plumb crazy. Don't let that happen to you. Call on Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City. They'll clear up your drains and even do a camera inspection of your sewer lines. And they have water treatment systems and water heaters too. For residential or commercial, call Olmsted Plumbing at 828-245-7302. Online at olmstedplumbing.com. Like them on Facebook too. And right now, they have employment opportunities.
At Carolina Federal Credit Union, we know that we are not like the others. When you make a deposit, you're getting an excellent rate and helping a neighbor refinance for a reliable vehicle, buy a home, or start a family. It has been our community that has helped us thrive for over 50 years. The more that we grow, the better we can serve all of our neighbors. All that it takes to become a member is to be a part of the community. Carolina Federal Credit Union. We treat you like family because you are.
It's time to go picking at Gaston Pickers in Gastonia. They are now open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m., Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5. Come check it all out. 28,000 square feet of vendors with antiques, collectibles, furniture, and more. And vendor space is available by calling 704-852-7055. Check out some of the booths at whatsupshopper.com and online at gastonpickers.net. Like them on Facebook too. Gaston Pickers, 503 Long Avenue in Gastonia, or exit 19 off I-85. Congratulations to Gaston Pickers celebrating 10 years of business. Robert Bosch Power Tools in Lincoln is growing. And now Robert Bosch Power Tools has machine operator positions available on their second and third and weekend shifts. Their benefit and compensation packages are world class. To be a part of this amazing team, apply today and start working like a Bosch. To see the complete list of job openings, Google Bosch Careers in Lincoln. Again, Google Bosch Careers in Lincoln. Your new career starts today.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. I think Tom should tell us about heating and air, and then we have a phone call.
Well, Tom's not listening to you right now.
Yeah, I know Tom's not listening to me. He never does.
Yeah, before we go to the phone call, remember Shelby Heating and Air bringing you Saturday Morning Sports Talk. 704-487-7877. Give them a call for their $55 checkup on your heating system. Coach Pruitt, how you doing?
I'm good, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Big win for you last night on homecoming. Congratulations. Tell us about your kids.
I appreciate that, Tom. It's a good game to get back out on the field after an open week last week, and the way we played against East Gaston and having to dwell on that for a couple of weeks to get ready for this game. Thought our kids did a good job of preparation. We went full pads the week before. Every day we practiced. And then we incorporate a lot of physicality, hopefully, in our practice to play at a more physical level. That was our goal. I thought we did that last night. There might have been some instances where we played a little bit too physical, a few too many penalties here and there. But overall, I like how our kids came out and got the ball down the field, but we had a turnover in the red zone, something that's been plaguing us through the year. And then defense stepped up, scored points like we did in the Avery County game, very similar situation. But then once they kicked the ball off to us, we were able to drive down and take a 2-score lead, which I thought was big, and then put up another score and then kicked a field goal before halftime to go up 19-0. But I give Coach Truesdale and Highland Texas gives a lot of credit. They really made us work for things in the first half, and then defensively, special teams kicked in a little bit. Defense played as well as they did in the first half. We had a defensive score, had a pick by Tanner Sisk. Jordan Lowrance had a scoop and score, so defense scored twice for us. So that was big. And to be successful in games, you got to win the turnover battle. And I think our defense has been really aggressive, even though we've played some teams that are really good football teams. Obviously, we played a good West Lincoln team, which y'all highlighted a few minutes ago, and then our 2A teams in our conference. And we got one more 2A game in a few weeks. But looking forward to a game against Thomas Jefferson, who is a team that's vastly improved as the years went along. They're still looking for their first win, and they got a home game, so we got to really have a good week of practice.
Yeah, and just saying, I saw Thomas Jefferson last night. Weatherford, pretty good little athlete. They used him. He had to come in and play a little quarterback. Wingo was their starting quarterback. I think their original starting quarterback has been injured. Don't know when he'll be back. But I want to say the other kid's name, it escapes me right now, starts with age. Can't remember his name. But he's a pretty big kid, like 6'4", big wide receiver.
Number 15.
Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah, I think his last name's Harpo.
Yeah, that's it. It was Harpo. But I was really impressed with those three kids and their ability to make some plays, and they didn't quit. They play both sides of the ball. They can really, those three guys, especially the what'd you call Harpo? Is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that kid can really stick. So yeah, I think it'll be a good challenge for your guys next week. And they do like to run the football, but they can throw it a little bit too. They like to run a little play action. So I think there'll be a good challenge for you.
Yeah, that's something that our defense has to do a good job with. I watched a little bit of the Burns game, but I watched the entire East Gaston game. I don't usually do that, but busy weekend ahead, so I got a lot of that done last night. But they do run the play action, the tight end, number 15 in the flats. Both the backs run hard. They block well for each other. Up front, they seem to be young, but overall, they do have some kids that play both ways. And, it's 1A football, so do we. So last night we were through the game physically pretty healthy. Good to have Landon Hahn out there only in the capacity to be a holder, but he's gradually getting back a little bit, and hopefully we'll see him on the field sometime before the end of the season so Landon can play better.
Coach, we're losing you there for just a second. Not sure if you can quite hear myself or not, but you were talking about running physical, and Chase Miller, that first touchdown, ran through quite a few tackles there. And then going through your highlights, the Red Sea was parted by your line here for 34's touchdown here. Your right side pulled and wiped out the whole side of the line there for Holland, and he
that should have been 24 trap. We ran trap a couple times. No, it's 26 trap. We ran trap a couple times. A couple times very well. One time not as well. And it's the 7th week of the season, 7th game of the season. We come out the first play of the game and didn't block down on a key block on the first play of the game. Those are mistakes that we are not going to be able to make as we go through the rest of the season and find success. So blocking back on the shade, the 3, the 2, wherever he lines up, those are things that we did not do well last night. Cam Bolin is kicking himself in the butt for not blocking the A-gap blitzer, or Shamir would have had another touchdown before the end of the first half, and we had to settle for the field goal. So there's still work to do. And, as I watched film last night sitting there in the locker room, thank you, Gaston County Schools, for putting Wi-Fi in there, and I can download my film in about 15 seconds. But I honestly shut my computer and said, I don't need to watch too much more of this or I'm going to get really upset. So I shut it and went on to the next thing. So we have got to, find ways to improve. And, when you're listening to the coach from West Lincoln talking about 3-year starter, we have a couple of those guys on our team too. Those guys are usually not making those mistakes, but those younger guys who don't quite have the experience, who might not have played football a lot in the last couple of years, that's why we have a JV game. That's why we played Highland Tech's JV. Congratulations to our JVs, who also won 13-0. So Coach Pruitt will be visiting the local food line or Walmart and finding about 50 zero bars to hand out to the JV and the varsity on Monday when we go to team meet. So excited about the next opportunity, but still got a lot of things to work on.
Coach, can I ask you one thing? And I know you're just talking about 6th, 7th week into the season. As a coach, I know you go game by game, and I do appreciate that of every coach. You don't look too far ahead. But do you ever look at the playoffs, at what you got to do and how you got to get there?
Not really, Terry. Used to a lot. I mean, I don't know. I guess it was the mentality of the place that I was at. We always looked. And, of course, I loved the old school bracket where you were playing the Smoky Mountain number 2 or you were playing the Smoky Mountain number 3, and you had a good idea who you were getting ready to face. But in the world we live in today with these rankings, it's not that important to look that far ahead. I did pull open the NC Preps, which I used to look at on a regular basis, and I saw someone reference the Bessemer City East Gaston game, and then they were talking about the scenarios in our conference. Someone mentioned that Cherryville could go 5-5, win the 1A, and hopefully host a home playoff game. I think that would be our goal any year. If you end up in the top 16, you get to host a home playoff game. So that's our first step, is just be in the top 16. If we win our 1A games, I feel like we'll be there. But if we don't, then obviously we're going on the road. So that's why this game coming up this week is so important. And the game the next week wouldn't be quite as important because it's not a 1A team, but we got to be moving ourselves forward to get ready for a vastly improved Bessemer City team. I know they probably didn't get the result they wanted last night, and you never know about games and plays. Just like last night when I watched the East Gaston film, East Gaston's best defensive lineman and offensive lineman got hurt on the very first play of the Thomas Jefferson game and never returned. So if I lost my best offensive lineman / defensive lineman, that's going to set you back. So you never know how games play out. And we want to make sure that we are getting to that last game, hitting it full speed ahead, and also as healthy as we can be. So that will be something that we always consider as we move forward in how we game plan and prepare for our next opponent.
Coach Pruitt. Looking right, Terry.
You're all right. Hey, you gave me a compliment if you called me Terry.
I was looking right at you. Yeah. No, I didn't.
You called me. Hey, if you called me Tom, you'd be cussing me. So
that's right. Sure. Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. Absolutely.
Tom, I'm looking for. Hey, right. Tom, make sure you come down and see me when we play at Burns. Come on down and talk to me for a little while. Okay?
I will, man. I'll come down. That's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's in 2 weeks.
That Burns' homecoming.
Yeah, that's Burns' homecoming, and you guys are in town. They're gonna have a faculty tailgate, Coach Pruitt. So there's a big party y'all coming to town.
Tom will have a chicken for you.
Yeah. Bring me a little barbecue.
Bring him something to eat, Tom.
I'll bring you some.
Don't tell him what you're gonna eat.
I don't tell you what you're gonna eat, but I'll bring you something down there. But I'm sure to come down and visit you. We're looking forward to you coming to Burns.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Real quick, we're looking at the homecoming court. Miss McCorkle won. Is that Gabby?
Yeah. Gabby, she's a great kid. She's beautiful. Emma says we're in Morganton heading to softball. She says she's beautiful. But Gabby is a beautiful kid too. Gabby is a kid who is in the top 10 of her class. She was a junior marshal last year. Had her in class, point guard on the basketball team.
Yeah, that's what.
And a kid who does a lot at our school. So, and I believe senior class president. So Gabby's a great young lady, as were all the young ladies that were represented last night. And, of course, if you've never been to Cherryville Homecoming, you need to come check it out one year. See those girls in the white dresses, but also all the girls representing all the seniors. We have 16 seniors, so every one of our seniors had a senior attendant. So it's a big thing for Cherryville and Homecoming.
So you had, real quick, it's Peyton Godfrey, Gabby McCorkle, Miss Sarah Aker, and Kendall Chupp.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, Coach.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah, and Sarah is also, quick note, Danny's granddaughter, right?
Yes, that is correct as well.
All right. Well, congratulations to everybody. Homecoming big night all around there in Cherryville last night, Coach.
appreciate that, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week.
Good luck to your
Thanks,
daughter up
Coach.
in Morgan today, too. Have fun watching her play.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so Coach Pruitt,
See you
big
guys.
win on homecoming last night. Kevin, you want to do the scores one more time?
Yeah, we'll get through those one more time. I did real quick though. We have a highlight to show of the highlight of the night. Now, you know, Coach was looking at the highlights there, and I'm not going to throw anybody on the bus. Terry, did you see a block in the back on that last touchdown?
I didn't see anything.
I know Terry was sitting there and saw that.
I did not see it. I only
Coach is going to
point
stop.
every
That's
now
really
and
what
then.
he's mad about.
You know?
I wasn't going to point it out, but there might have been a little slip. Might have been one on that last one.
It's all right. They won 47-0.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
I mean, Chase Miller just blew through those defenders there on his first run. But the highlight of the night, Tom, according to Will, was RS Central and Patton. And I'm talking. So the a lot of the highlights that we didn't have any like really good highlights of like somebody shaking somebody or like just a straight awesome play, like a Randy Moss type play. Our highlights last night, Tom, were truck sticks highlights, meaning players running through people. And the quarterback for Patton is a big old boy. He ran through some people last night. But that's not the highlight that we're going to show you. We're going to show you this hoss of a running back running through a player. And he knocks a player off his feet. But, Tom, this player was not the other team.
Oh, yeah. I heard Will talking about this, and then he blamed it on his own offensive lineman. He said the offensive lineman should have been getting out of the way. And he's looking for somebody. If you watch that, he's looking for somebody else to block. So Will is basically saying he needs to get out of his way. But you see, he's going to go hit that defensive back, to clear him out.
He was.
Well, he didn't. Terry, did he hit him?
Well, he only had one way to go, and that's through him. And look where he ends up
And he
at.
scored.
That's right. He ends up
They're
inside.
going to laugh so hard at this highlight Monday, will they not?
Yeah,
They're going to have. They might have a pizza party just for this highlight on Monday. When we called his name last night. I'm not getting back to the roster.
See, right there it is. Right there he was, and that's what you want him to do. You want that lineman down the field blocking. I mean, that's what you want him to do. That's what it's exactly what 74 is doing.
We're going to do one of those videos.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you watch after he knocks him clean out of the way, there's about 4 or 5 guys from Patton trying to tackle him.
Have you ever seen those videos where guys like hanging upside down from a tree or something, and it starts off with, "I bet you wondering how I got here." This is what we're going to do with this video. So we're going to zoom up just a little bit, and we're going to show 74. 10 yards downfield, Terry. How did the left tackle end up on his back 10 yards downfield? Well, if you back up a frame, my halfback just picked me up.
I'm sure his.
Look at this, man.
I'm sure
driving.
I'm sure his dad appreciates you zooming in on that.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Look, I will say something for what Terry said. You have to give Patton the award for the Hart Award, because if I was the DB, if I'm 21 and I see this joker run over the left tackle and not give him 3 yards, I'm not jumping on the pile. I'm done with it. You can have your touchdown, sir. We're going to try, and he got in there.
Look,
and 21 took all the effort.
That's
to do
it.
The rest of
Took
it.
all of
Bad
them in.
decision, kid. I can watch that all day.
Yep.
Just let's see. Let's get the hit. Boom, boom, boom.
That's just terrible, Kevin. You're just terrible.
Tom, we're gonna slow it down one more time. So he gets hit on the 6.5.
He's not looking.
He gets hit on the 6.5 and lands.
You know what?
On the 3.5. Terry,
but if you notice,
he knocked a 240-pound man 3 yards.
Yeah. He's trying to change directions to get the block. He's off balance when he gets hit.
He didn't know where his running back was.
Right. He didn't know where his running back was, and he's off balance, and he gets blown up by his own running back. So we zoom in.
And either your safety or your defensive back hit him pretty. He needed to be a little bit lower to tackle him, because when he makes the tag coming up,
he actually made the block, Terry, with his left leg. Look.
Yeah,
he does make the block, Tom.
Yeah.
The corner beats the other guy, but look, 74 actually makes a block with his left leg while getting. This is why he got helicoptered, is because the Patton player was actually throwing a block. 54 just decided, the other tackle, the guard, he said, I don't want none of this. And he gets out of the way, laughs at his lineman, and then watches the guy score. They're gonna love this Monday. I just want to, if you're listening on radio, go on YouTube, watch our show, watch this Hilltopper just decleat his old lineman. All right, scores from last night. Burns 48-6 over Thomas Jefferson. Hendersonville 52-0 over East Rutherford. Cherville 47-0 over Highland Tech. West Lincoln 35-26 Newton Conover. Crest 73-6 over North Gaston. Kings Mountain 31-20 over South Point. Ashbrook 30-22 over Kramer. Huss 12-7 over Forest View. Chase 42-14 over Brevard. Bunker Hill 24-20 over East Burke. Maiden 52-27 over Bandies. 42-13 Lincoln wins over West Caldwell. RS Central 36-32 over Patton. East Gaston 49-0 over Bessemer. Terry, I'm just surprised. I thought we'd get 20 points on them, and I guess they can play some defense.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't score for sure.
Drone 56-21 over Madison. East Lincoln 63-3 over Ford. In 7 games, Tom, East Lincoln's give up 30 points.
Well, Coach, I talked to Matt Beam. He said they thought they had a really good chance to go a long way this year, and they put up some numbers.
Well, I'll make a quick point on that in a second. Statesville 16-0 over West Iredale. Hickory 34-0 over North Iredale. North Lincoln 28-21 over St. Stephen's. Freedom 37-21 over South Caldwell. Watauga 34-20 over Alexander Central. High Brighton 63-40 over Ashe County. West Henderson 45-20 over Pisgah. Tuscola 42-22 over East Henderson. And Franklin 35-3 over North Henderson. Terry, before we go to break, I'm going to have you pick with AC Reynolds, Alexander Central. We've got Charlotte Catholic, TC Roberson, Weddington, all these teams now in the 4A. Who is the favorites now in the West without none of those schools here? And this is one of the things I was talking about the other week, Tom. One of my, our soccer analogies here. It like Shelby, and I said last night, what's the point of them in Reedsville winning all the championships the last 20 years, as opposed to you win 2 or 3, you got to move up and let somebody else win. Now with Charlotte Catholic moving up, we've talked about this for years, get them out of there. Who's our top 2 teams? East Lincoln and Kings Mountain. I'm looking at this 3A bracket, Terry. Who else are you going to say? They were the top teams in the state. 3 of the top 4 teams in the state last night were East Lincoln, Kings Mountain, and South Point, and then some team from the East. So who else from the West? Is there anybody that could challenge any of those teams? Now that we're gone, we're sitting there with East Lincoln and Kings Mountain, and you got anything else?
I mean, I was talking to Terry this morning. South Point could be a touch.
Terry.
Yeah. South Point, I think, could be a tough matchup, but I don't think they have as much skill. I mean, they would have to really game plan to beat an East Lincoln that scores a lot of points.
Kings Mountain dominated that game last night.
Yeah.
They really did. A good defense, a really good defense against South Point, Terry. We see that as well. But if you got explosive offense, they can't. They have a problem keeping up with that. All right, Terry, the original question.
Well, I was going to
ask. Are there
ask
anyone else that you would say that can compete in the 3?
Yeah, what do you think, Terry?
I mentioned the South Point. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I overstep my bounds again?
No, you did good,
okay,
Tom.
I'm sorry. I spoke when I'm not supposed to talk out of Terry.
And that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, I was just ready to answer. I had the answer.
You did.
I thought.
It was a good answer.
Yeah, it's a great answer. I don't need to say no more. He's already answered.
Yeah, okay.
See there? Yeah.
Go ahead, Terry.
He's already in my brain. See? He knows what I'm thinking.
You're allowed to talk now.
Am I allowed to talk? Terry, go ahead.
What?
You're allowed to talk?
Well, this is the wrong Terry.
Oh.
That's right. That's right.
Will you answer the question?
No, it's a great thing. I think East Lincoln and Kings Mountain are the 2 dominants. So, it's, like I said, I was surprised that South Point gave Kings Mountain as much trouble as they did last night, which, don't get me wrong, playing at South Point's a whole different game because, no matter what you do, you got to fill your blocks and, to be able to compete. But a great game last night by South Point. Even though they did lose, I thought they played Kings Mountain very solid.
Seems like East Rowan's had some good teams in the past. I don't know what they got this year. But just, looking at that list, it's going to be hard-pressed to find somebody else in there.
Catholic's gone. That was usually the one hurdle that most teams really had to deal with.
I can't believe West Charlotte's 3A. I mean, he was 4A for
Oh,
so
yeah.
long.
But I think I think Kings Mountain or East Lincoln, either one can handle him. So,
All right, JP, you ready in there? I think so. Let's get a thumbs up. There he is. There he is. Thumbs up from JP. All right. When we come back, we got to talk leadership, Tom. Leadership. KTCBroadcasting.com.
You'll get more than a fair deal at Shelby Heated & Air. And to celebrate the return to the Cleveland County Fair, Shelby Heated & Air is now offering a fair service call special of just $55. Get a heating system checkup service call for just $55. Also, get up to $750 with a special Shelby Heated & Air discount on qualifying systems. Call today at 704-487-7877 and schedule your $55 service appointment today. Shelby Heated & Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Looking for commercial or residential flooring? Look no further than Piedmont Flooring in Lincolnton. Piedmont Flooring is in the same location as Watson Carpet and Tile. Jason Husky, the owner, has military background and is active in the community as well as sports. Piedmont Flooring specializes in laminate, LVP, LVT, sheet vinyl, hardwoods, tile, carpet, cabinets, countertops, VCT, and backsplash. Open Mondays through Fridays, 8 to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 8:30 to 12. Piedmont Flooring, 2129 East Main Street in Lincoln. Call 704-735-2938. It's a family-owned business helping families.
What other pre-owned vehicle dealership can offer this? Pre-owned sales, a complete service department, and a complete body shop. The only one I know is Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop in Kings Mountain. They can do it all. Check with their automotive repair shop for all kinds of automotive repair. Plus, they sell tires too. And from a scratch to a big fender bender, they can help with that in their body shop. And on the lot now, take a look at the sharp 2012 Ford Fiesta, priced at only $89.95. Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com. The 30th anniversary sale continues at Essener Auto Sales in Shelby. Come check them out all year long with some great anniversary specials. Find out how easy it can be for you to be one of their satisfied customers. Yes, 30 years ago, Susie and Richie started Essener Auto Sales, striving to give you the best deal possible on a quality pre-owned vehicle. See them today at 417 South Post Road in Shelby, online at srautosales.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. That's Essener Auto Sales in Shelby. Over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles are available at Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia. They probably have the vehicle you've been looking for. And right now, make no payment for 60 days on the new or used vehicles. And now, take $500 off any new or used vehicle when you mention this radio ad. Yes, this radio ad is worth $500. Be sure to mention it when you arrive at Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia. Located at 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at classicvwgastonia.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. For over 22 years, Alcom Services in Cherryville has been serving the area locally, regionally, and nationally. They strive to be the technical solution for voice, data, sound, security, IT services, and electrical wiring with a wide variety of turnkey solutions. Find out what they can do for you and your business. Visit the website at alcomservices.com or drop by their offices at 207 North Elm Street in Cherryville or call 704-435-8803 for Alcom Services in Cherryville.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time.
Shop local with whatsupshopper.com, Carolina Country, and The Boss.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. I don't know why I was about to say we're back on Shelby Heating and Air. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
I guess because I was looking at it on the screen and just kind of was about to...
All right, Shelby Heating and Air bringing you Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. Check out their $55 inspection or tune-up service. They'll come out and check out your heating system. Get it ready for the winter months. So once again, call them, 704-487-7877, online, shelbyheating.com.
Now, Terry, I got your new top 10 here before we move on. Now, did you see Shannon's last night? Hear his top 10?
I think I saw it.
I can go to it.
Yeah, I got it. I got it right here in front of me.
I just wanted to, you know, if you saw the silliness of that mess.
Yeah, he had
Well, Shannon lost me when he said Avery County will put on a clinic. Or was it Ashe County? It was either Avery or Ashe County. I can't remember.
And they got destroyed.
Avery County would put on a clinic. And it's just like, I'm sorry, I just can't take what Shannon says very seriously anymore. So, I think that the power poll's starting to wash itself out a little bit and get a little more accurate as the season goes on.
So number one, we'll go Terry. We'll go top 10 now. Statesville is now number 10. Crest number 9. Burns 8. Chase number 7. Hickory number 6. Maiden number 5. South Point, Bunker Hill swap places at 3 and 4. Bunker Hill's now 3. Kings Mountain 2, and East Lincoln is still number 1. Hendersonville 11, West Lincoln 12, Ashbrook 13, Polk County 14, East Gaston 15, Forest View 16, Shelby 17. They stay in the same spot. Newton Conover 18, and Lincoln in 19. And then I haven't done the math on either Huss or St. Stephen's will be your number 20 team next week.
It's hard to move up in this poll when the schedule, you have a bunch of 1A teams on your schedule. Just can't move up.
It is.
Well, that's why, you know, as far as Shelby goes, you got to beat who you, and you guys, you know, if you schedule, you got your 1A teams, but you guys schedule your 3A, so that evens that out. You got, you know,
you schedule the 3A Forest View, 4A Watauga, and then 3A Kings Mountain and 3A Crest. Play a pretty tough non-conference schedule. They're gonna play Alexander Central next year. The 2-year deal with Watauga is done, and I think it's just it's a long drive to Boone, and it's not very practical for the JVs, especially if you're going up to Boone on a Thursday night. That's tough. So we're going to play Alexander Central next year, and I think the rest of the non-conference will be the same.
All right, so we're ready to talk about leadership, Tom. Leadership. Have you seen this? You haven't seen much of anything lately, have you?
Been working a lot of 15-hour days.
All right, Terry, you know what I'm talking about?
What the heck you been working 15-hour days?
Well, when you have 2 soccer matches when you leave school, then the soccer matches take a little while longer. You're not done till about.
It's soccer, Tom.
You still have to work,
simple.
Terry.
You don't even have to move hardly.
Yeah, once you get out there, Terry. Let me see you get out there. I want to see you do it, and then you can run your mouth. Oh, you talking about Draymond punching somebody? Yeah, Draymond.
Terry, you heard what the coach said?
I didn't hear anything.
Well, without Draymond, we don't win championships.
He should.
He
be
just
fired.
says that because he don't want to be punched by Draymond.
He should be fired. Here's the TMC video. Draymond Green knocking out a teammate in practice. Now here's whatever happens, whatever's saying, I don't know. But here's what I do know. Draymond's up for a contract. The last time he was up for a contract happened to be the same year Kevin Durant was up for a contract. He called him the B word and caused a stomp. And then Draymond got a contract extension and they got rid of Kevin Durant. This year, guess who's up for contract extensions? Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. Draymond Green don't punch Kevin Durant. He won't punch Tristan Thompson in a game who snuffed his face. But little Jordan Poole over here at 6'4", he's going to go over and punch him. Who? One of those is going to get a $100 million contract from Golden State. Not both of them. One of them.
I ain't giving Draymond no $100 million.
And he goes over here. I don't know. Like we said, we don't know what was said. But Steph's standing there with his back turned. Wiggins is standing there in the middle of the lane. And here comes Draymond. And right here, Shannon Sharp said, Poole should have hit Draymond right here. He said, you don't let the man walk up on you. You're already talking to each other, so he wouldn't walk up on you if he didn't want to do anything. He gets in his face. Draymond chest bumps him. Jordan shoves him off of him, and then Draymond knocks him out. And we don't know what happened as he went down. And they try to keep this in-house, and obviously...
Do it again.
Obviously, a heroic intern, Tom.
They're talking junk.
Just made a couple $1 million.
But then Poole shoves him. So he asked for what was coming.
Who made first contact, Terry?
He did. He probably bumped him.
Okay, who made first contact?
Because if Poole wouldn't have shoved him, Draymond wouldn't have swung
Tom,
at him.
if a man on the street shoves you, are you allowed to shoot him?
Possibly.
If he walked up to you, he chest bumped you.
Possibly.
Draymond's the aggressor here, Terry.
And Draymond's larger.
They're talking to each other.
Like if Draymond chest bumped me on the street, yes, because of the size differential. That's North Carolina law, though. I don't know what it is in California. Yeah,
He shoves him right there. He asked for what was coming.
Ooh,
yeah.
Terry, are you really going?
Poole wasn't even ready for that.
Right, he didn't think.
If you're going to get in a big boy,
are going to fight each other.
If you're going to get in a big boy fight,
he didn't get in a big. He wasn't trying to get in a big boy fight.
Draymond was like, "You know who I am."
Are we really doing this?
Draymond,
he walked over
that's
there
a cheap
and assaulted him.
That's not a cheap shot.
Everyone is.
You just got through shoving me.
Terry, you're
because you came up on me and bumped me, and I just shoved you away from me. But after he shoved him, he had his arms at his side, which was kind of dumb. So in other words, if I shove him, my arms are going to be up here.
Yes, should be.
Well, obviously he didn't think there was about to be in a fight.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have liked what you're saying, Tom. You wouldn't have just stand there with his face was down too.
Well, Draymond apologized to him.
Oh my God. So
Draymond's trash.
Like Shannon Sharp said, and this is what I would say. If you did this to me, we're fighting every practice until one of us is traded.
Oh yeah.
We're fighting every practice until one of us is traded.
And who said that?
Shannon Sharp. Every practice. He's every practice. If it's me, what are we going to do on the plane? We're going to sit there. You're going to sit there and go to sleep on the plane after you've knocked me out? No, you ain't. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to punch you the second you close your eyes. I'm going to choke you. I might do something. They're going to, that is the danger to the plane. They can't be on a team plane together. You cannot. Not like that. Because he's going to get him back at some point. Somebody's going to get somebody back at some point. I would fight every day until we're traded, especially if it's our money. Because if you come to me and say, because Jordan Poole Terry's going to say, I want $200 million. And we're just going like, well, we got Draymond too. And he's going like, well, we're going to fight. You owe one of us $150 million.
Okay,
the 24-year-old who can score 20 points or the 30-year-old who can't get, 8?
Well, now, we're talking about this.
People.
This
he
is
kicks
practice.
People in the balls.
Yeah.
But it's not like Michael Jordan ever did it. Michael Jordan did it.
Yes, Draymond Green is Michael Jordan, Terry.
Well, I'm just saying.
No,
there's no difference here.
Yes, there is.
When did Michael Jordan cheap shot somebody in practice?
Steve Kerr.
He punched Steve Kerr.
He did.
They got in a fight in practice.
Okay.
Now, whether that has to do with Draymond Green, I don't know. See, this is the old whataboutism. This is like, Tom, you broke a law. Well, so did this guy.
Well, I mean, we're talking about what he did here. I'm just talking about, Michael Jordan hauled on Pop Steve Kerr.
Right, Terry. And if they went to management and they said, trade Michael Jordan or Steve Kerr, who they trading?
Well, you know that. I mean, that's going to happen.
The guy that gets 30.
Because
bye-bye,
you're
Draymond.
not. Because without
They
Draymond.
chose Draymond over Kevin Durant, and they better not do it over Jordan Poole. Steph Curry's going to be out of there. He's going to be Charlotte Hornet, y'all.
No.
He'll be.
Steph Curry's not going nowhere.
They've got to
knows
get rid
that.
of Draymond Green. It is. Send him to the Hornets and see if we make the playoffs.
Who would want Draymond?
He ain't good enough to lead us to the playoffs, Terry. And he's punching.
Who would want Draymond?
I got to look up how.
Why
many
would
Jordan
you
Poole's
say
scored.
that?
Why would you say what?
Why would you even come close to saying that, Tom?
Which team would trade for Draymond?
Okay, so who's going to trade for him? Who's going to be better with Draymond Green? Who's going to be better with Draymond?
I'm putting him on the block right now.
No, you ain't got to ask me who I'm trading with. We got a guy like Draymond. We got Marcus Smart.
Now he's not trading for Draymond.
No, we're not, because we've got a guy like that.
Why don't you trade? So you're saying Marcus Smart is better than Draymond?
I'm not saying they're not, but they both the same.
Okay, then why wouldn't you trade
both
Smart?
of them are leaders,
and
they're going to tell you what they
call
think.
You today and say we want Marcus Smart for Draymond straight up.
No, that's what's wrong with the world. Nobody likes that guy like that, because you know what? He's the one that leads the team. He's the one that when things do not go the way they're supposed to, he's going to come and tell you. Same thing that Marcus Smart did last year with Boston. The reason Boston got better, he went to Tatum and he went to Brown and he said, look, y'all got to pass the ball because we're all part of this thing, and y'all are going to have to do what I tell you.
So, straight up, Draymond Green for Marcus Smart, yes or no?
Well, it'd be the same thing.
Would you take it?
Well, yes, I'd take it.
So
Boston is just as good with him or without him.
So Draymond,
it's the same equal
who's
thing
better,
here.
Draymond or Marcus Smart?
Why do you make a trade to stay the same?
I just want to know who's better. I want him to answer
Out
the
of the
question.
two?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to. If you're going to make a trade,
You're
you
the
got
boss
to
of the
improve.
Celtics.
No,
They call today and say we'll trade you. We've got to get rid of Draymond. We can't have him here no more. All we want is Marcus Smart. Would you take it?
So all I'm gonna do is just trade
straight
two
up,
guys.
straight up.
I'd take Draymond.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
And then what's going to happen when Draymond gets booed at the TD Ameritrade Center?
You know.
Then he'll go into the crowd and cuss somebody out and do all this stuff. He's a joke.
I just
just
can't
on the
believe
kind of
you're
y'all don't-
saying Jordan Poole's in the wrong for his face getting in Draymond's fist way.
You don't shove somebody if you don't want something else to happen.
Draymond hit him first.
He bumped him.
Right.
That people bump each other all the time
He walked.
That don't
15
mean
feet
nothing.
to bump him. They weren't walking in the aisle.
because Poole kept on talking. Draymond's one of them guys.
Draymond,
If you're going to talk to me,
you can't
Kevin,
talk back to Draymond or you
no,
get hit.
it's
Draymond
not
talks
one of
to
these
everybody,
things.
and as soon as somebody talks back to him, he
No.
kicks them in the balls
No.
or he punches them.
It's
True or
not one
false?
of these things. If you are going to talk to me outside, well, you know what? Me and you're going to be man to man because I'm coming to you. I'm not going to walk away from you. So
I don't know what you're
you
saying
just
here.
wanted to get into
So
a
is
big
Draymond
man.
in a-
You
so is
wanted
Draymond
to
not
get
in the
into
wrong
a
at all?
big
Is that what
man
you're saying?
confrontation.
You're saying Draymond's not. He should have punched him because he's talked to him.
No,
Draymond
that's not
should have
what
punched
happened.
him. What should have happened then, Terry?
It's a
Who's in the
big
wrong?
man
Who's in the wrong,
confrontation
Terry?
right
Who's in
there.
the wrong, Terry?
Poole's wrong. He should have
You're
shut up.
crazy, Terry. You're nuts.
Well, we don't know what they were talking about. There's
That
the
is
problem.
the craziest
You know
thing
what I'm
you've
saying?
ever. Terry, he encroached upon his space and bumped him.
Yeah,
He
because it's a
encroached.
grown-up man's argument right there.
What are you talking about? A grown-up man goes into another one, gets in his face, and then punches him. Look,
Poole and him are talking.
Right.
Before that ever happens.
Is this not basketball
So,
practice?
no, listen.
Is this basketball
It
practice?
is. It's practice.
That's what I'm
because
talking about.
whatever's happening
This is
here.
why Iverson didn't come to practice.
No, because Draymond. Yeah, we're talking practice, yeah. But that's how come Draymond went to him, because you're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you, young guy. I've been around the league forever.
You know what the young guy's saying? I bet at the time, okay, if that's what he said, you know what Jordan Poole probably said? I don't need to listen to you, triple single.
Yeah.
I just got 25 points a game. Terry, who's the better basketball player, Draymond Green or Jordan Poole? And you better answer that right.
Draymond.
See,
For everything that he
You can't even
does.
talk to him.
For everything that he does.
Like what? Kick people, cuss them out, act a fool,
They
get thrown out of
chose-
games, get
They
technical
chose
fouls.
to keep him.
He can't average an assist. He can't average in rebounds. All he does is
Terry,
outscore people.
I would have 20 assists a game throwing the ball to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I mean, if that's my
Well,
only
you
job.
true. You true. I agree.
Throw the ball to Klay Thompson.
All right, so
So come on.
So Draymond last year averaged 7, 7, and 7.
Hey, lucky sevens.
Jordan Poole averaged 18, 3, and 4.
Okay, so
So
that,
according to Terry,
so
those 3 rebounds and 3 assists are more important than the other 11 points.
10% of the production.
and
on average
leadership
night.
on defense when you getting back.
Leadership on defense.
He is the guy that talks all the time.
See, you can't
for
argue with
Golden
somebody
State.
who you talking like theoreticals. Leadership in defense. He just punched the guy who averages 18 a game.
Okay. Get on the same page with me, buddy. I'm the leader.
You know what the page is, and this is the argument. This is Dustin and Brandon arguing in the intramurals. Brandon telling Dustin something about pass me the ball. I'm the big man. Let's run the offense through me. He wanted the offense run through him, and this is what Jordan Poole said to him, and what Dustin said to Brandon. I'm going to shoot the ball. If you want it, you go get it your damn self. I guarantee that's what Jordan Poole just told him. Shut up and go get my rebound. That's the best quote I've ever heard on basketball.
Don't bring
You
your
shut up and go
little
get my
man
rebound.
talks into a big man confrontation.
He walked over there to him, Terry.
That's all I gotta
He
say.
attacked him. Draymond Green attacked a smaller man.
I tell you what, man. Terry, you're on the wrong side of this one, man.
No, I'm not on the wrong side of this.
You're on the wrong side of this one. I'm just going to tell you, man.
6'4",
Don't shove
194.
me. When you shove me, you
Terry.
asked for what was coming.
Terry, don't
Terry,
encroach
Terry,
on another man's space.
I would agree with you if Jordan Poole walked over to him and shoved him. Jordan Poole did not encroach on Draymond's space. Draymond encroached on his
You're
space.
right, because you know why?
'Cause he
Because
talked to him.
Jordan
'Cause he
Poole
said something.
is
He
the
hurt his
little
feelings.
guy in this thing, because I'm not going over to you because I know what's going to happen. So Draymond is coming to him to say, no, this is how it's going to happen.
Draymond's an idiot.
This is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. like how do you? I just don't know anyone. I knew he would be so just ridiculous.
Defending the indefensible.
It was just the most
Draymond.
insane.
That's why you don't.
They should trade his butt right now for anybody who can average 7 points in the NBA.
I'd
trade him.
now.
I would trade him for a
Trade
second
Poole
round
right
pick.
now, and
I'd
it
trade.
never hurt
I'd trade
Golden
him for
State.
a second round pick.
Trade Poole right now, and it never hurt Golden State. If you trade Draymond, you just hurt Golden State.
How?
There's the difference.
Tell me how. Honest to goodness. Look, I'm a coach. I have a guy that averages 7 points and 7 rebounds, and the only reason he gets the 5 assists because he stands at the top of the key and hands the ball to the 2 best shooters who've ever lived. You can't tell me Tyler Hansbrough can't do that.
Kevin,
Tyler
we have
Hansbrough
sat
is better
in
than
here
Draymond Green
last year and watched
That's
the
the dumbest
defense on Golden State, and we see who stays in the middle, plus has to guard his man.
You know, you're right. You're right. In 15 years, when we look back on it, they're going to talk about how great Golden State's defenses were, and that's why they won the championships. You're right.
Because you know why?
You're right. The shutdown D, Tom, they're better than the Bulls on defense.
All you got to
They're
do is
better
look
than
at
the
their
Bulls.
defense. All you got to do is look at their defense, and it'll explain itself.
I will. I'm going to look at their defense. Let's see. Stats. Season leaders. Let's go see how many hundreds of points they give up in a friggin' game. Because I'm sure it's a lot.
This is not even funny. Because when
defending the guy who walked over and knocked the guy out.
Curry and Thompson get beat, who's got to stop the guy from coming to the hole? Draymond, because he's the guy that's in the middle.
I've shown you plenty of highlights where he does not stop anyone, and they just dunk on his head all day long. And then he talks. That's
wrong answer.
Tom,
he's one of the top 75 players
they
of
got
all
rid of
time
Harrison Barnes.
in the
They
NBA.
got rid of Kevin Durant. Now that if they get rid of Jordan Poole over someone who averages 7, it's the most ridiculous thing. Steph Curry could have 9 championships right now. They would have more if Draymond was not there.
Draymond's one of the top 75 players in the NBA of all time.
Terry, stop.
It's simple.
He's not top 75 right now, Terry.
It's simple.
He's not top 75 in the league in 2022.
Right. He's not. It's not. Mm-mm.
He's mouth. He's mouth and antics. Mouth and antics. That's what he is.
Luke Longley's got 3.
He's got 4.
Who, Luke?
Draymond.
Okay. So does Will Perdue.
He's closing in on LeBron, almost as many as LeBron.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say this. Donovan Mitchell looked pretty good in his Cleveland debut. I did read
I don't
about
think the
that.
Hornets have won a game yet. I'm not.
Donovan Cleveland lost, but Donovan Mitchell. I hated to lose Marketing because I really liked Marketing for Cleveland, but Donovan Mitchell's going to give him. I think he averaged about 20 or 22 for Utah or something like that.
Draymond's got 4 championships, same as John Sally, Will Perdue, Kurt Rambis, Jamal Wilkes, Gene Garala, Bill Sharman, Frank Saul, and Verb Milkison. Good job, Draymond.
Jamal Wilkes pretty good.
Yeah, all-time great.
Okay. Moving on.
We just listened to him say, knock a guy out and blame the guy's face, Tom.
I know.
He blamed the guy's face. JP, you ready? We got to go to break. I can't listen to this nonsense anymore. Shelby hitting it air, 704-487-7877. When we come back, we'll talk about the choke job of the NC State Wolfpack on KTC Broadcasting.
You'll get more than a fair deal at Shelby Heated & Air. And to celebrate the return to the Cleveland County Fair, Shelby Heated & Air is now offering a fair service call special of just $55. Get a heating system checkup service call for just $55. Also, get up to $750 with a special Shelby Heated & Air discount on qualifying systems. Call today at 704-487-7877 and schedule your $55 service appointment today. Shelby Heated & Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Whirlpool, Samsung, KitchenAid, and LG refrigerators have all been unloaded at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Save big money on these scratch and dented refrigerators, and all with a 1-year warranty. But that's not all. Scratch and dented washers and dryers, including top mount and front mount high-end laundry units. Bosch stainless steel dishwashers for $499, and all with a 1-year warranty. And check out their YouTube videos, Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, on the right going down, on the left coming up.
I'm Lon Helton, inviting you to join me as I count down the week's top 30 with my co-host Carrie Underwood, who's getting ready to hit the road.
Lots of denim, lots of rhinestones.
I like it. Yeah, that's good.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I feel like we're ready.
That's Carrie Underwood this week on Country Countdown USA.
Wednesday afternoons at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com. Over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles are available at Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia. They probably have the vehicle you've been looking for. And right now, make no payment for 60 days on the new or used vehicles. And now, take $500 off any new or used vehicle when you mention this radio ad. Yes, this radio ad is worth $500. Be sure to mention it when you arrive at Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia. Located at 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at ClassicVWGastonia.com. See their page at WhatsUpShopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Trusted, tried, and true. Those three words represent the highest standards for the Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides. Trusted means being built strong and built to last. Tried means being put to the test by hardworking people doing the toughest jobs. And true means staying authentic to the roots that run 30 years deep. Kawasaki Mule, the definition of trusted, tried, and true. See the Kawasaki Mule at Full Throttle Power Sports, located at 101 Indian Walk in Lowell. It's time to head to the mountains. Crowder's Mountain Golf Course, that is. Come and play in the shadows of beautiful Crowder's Mountain. Play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for just $30, and after 1 p.m., only $27. Play and ride weekends for $40, and after 1 p.m., only $35. Monday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for $20, and seniors play and ride Monday through Friday for only $27. Call for your tee times at 704-739-7681. Located at 255 Lincoln Academy Road off Highway 74 west of Gastonia.
The holidays are fast approaching, and for your party, there's nothing better than a big party pack from Hillbillies Barbecue and Steaks in Lowell. Choose from pork, chicken, beef, or a combination with all of your favorite sides, plates, cups, eating utensils, serving utensils, and delivery is available. Just call for pricing at 704-824-8838. And don't forget, they have employment opportunities, including management positions. Hillbillies Barbecue and Steaks, 305 South Main Street in Lowell, where it's easy in and easy out.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. And eventually, when they get their ears on, they start listening to me. Tom can tell them about heating and air. Shelby Heating and Air.
And Shelby Heating and Air, give them a call, 704-487-7877. Let me say that one more time, 704-487-7877. Give them a call for a heating system check, $55 for their fall special. Get your heating system ready to go for the winter months. Kevin.
Baseball. We'll talk baseball because I didn't pull up the football.
Well, you notice I have on.
They ain't got nobody talk
my
baseball.
Jersey.
Because the Cardinals are ready to fall out. The Indians,
Kevin, here's
Guardians are ready to fall out.
Here's a stat. If that word sewer would just be quiet over there. I just want to say that 3 of the 4 home teams lost yesterday. The only home team that won, your Cleveland Indians.
No,
the only winner.
Time out. That is fake news.
3 of the 4 home teams lost.
That's fake news, Tom. That's correct.
Oh, you're trying to say, well,
the Cleveland Indians did not win a baseball game yesterday, Tom. That is fake news. That is misinformation. We're going to get shut down on YouTube because you're over here spreading misinformation.
The Cleveland Indians.
The Guardians.
I'll say it one more time.
Are the ALC Central Champions.
It's
Why
okay.
do you wear fake jerseys?
This is an authentic jersey that came from Progressive
Which
Field.
flea market sewed that up for
That's
you,
what
Tom?
I'm saying.
No.
That's a fake jersey.
No.
That team don't even exist anymore.
You know who doesn't exist? The Kansas City Royals. Hey, titles.
We still got our
look,
name.
Titles of nobility are illegal in the United States, so let's change the Royals' name. Let's do that.
Well,
okay?
Well, we haven't changed it.
Titles of nobility. Read the Constitution. I know you never have, but it's in there. No titles of nobility.
Tom, when's the last time
So why
y'all
do we
won
have
a
the
World
Kansas City
Series?
Royals? Why do we have the Kansas City Royals?
Tell me. When's the last time y'all won a World Series?
1948.
Okay. That's all I got to say.
But we have a chance
it's like you pulling for Cleveland Browns. Because they're never going to win nothing.
Why don't you just enjoy the fact that the Indians are a young, fun team? Now, they can't hit for nothing. Jose Ramirez has to bail them out every game with a home run. But they got Tristan McKenzie, they got Bieber, they got Jose Ramirez. They got some fun players to watch. And you're always hating on them. Now, it's going to put them at a disadvantage because the reason why I don't like this wild card, Kevin, is you use up your pitching in this 3-game series, especially if it goes 3, which I hope they end it today. But then you got the Yankees waiting on you, and the who was the second place? Who was first place? Houston, and the Yankees waiting on you after you've used up some of your pitching. That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but
I'm sure you guys will agree. I would hope that we could easily cut 20 games off the regular season and make these all 7-game.
I think it'd be good. I think it'd be a great idea.
Yeah, or the first 2 rounds at least be 5. These 1- and 3-game series in baseball, anything can happen in a baseball game. That's why we play 162 of them.
If you cut 20
in the NFL,
games,
you can play one game, and that's why basketball and baseball, anything can happen. They say anything can happen in a game Sunday. That's not even close as true as baseball and basketball is. Like, it's just one pitcher. Have a good day.
If you cut 20 games off of it, then the Braves probably finished 6 games back of the Mets.
Who cares?
Mets got smoked last night.
Now, yeah. Scores last night: Padres 7-1, Mariners 4 over the Blue Jays, Guardians 2-1 over the Raves, and the Cardinals choked the biggest choke I've ever seen somebody choke before. Awful.
In the top of the ninth, they were not good.
It was the I'm gonna say, all right, Terry and Tom. It's the top of the ninth, not the bottom. Right?
That's the top.
We get to hit, right? We're all professional hitters, right? Please tell me, while up 1 with your closer on the mound and bases loaded, your infield is in the grass to cut off the 1 run while leading at home.
How many outs?
1.
Play for a double play.
But they weren't playing for a double play.
That's what I'm saying. You should be double play depth.
They were playing.
They were on the grass.
Yeah.
To cut this 1 run off. Not like to cut off an insurance run. The outfielders were shallow. Like we're down or something. Like, what are we doing?
You go double play depth on that.
We get to hit, Terry.
Yeah.
I agree.
And the little kid, and the pitcher is just blowing gas, 96, 98. And the guy hitting today's 0 for 3, and he's shorter than me. I don't even know the guy's name. And Yachty's like 1. And the guy's like, 1, yeah. And he's just blowing the guy's foul off too. And then he hits one like off the handle.
And
it dribbles no faster than Terry can run between the first baseman and second baseman. I haven't seen you move yet on a baseball field, Terry.
I'll be smoking.
But Tom, it was a off the handle dribbler between first and second while the infield was in. If the infield was back 5 feet, we at least get 1 out, maybe 2. And it's tied at the worst, Terry. It's tied 2-2 with 2 outs. And said, hit. 6 runs top of the ninth. Good job, coaches. They should fire the coach today, make Yachty player manager. He's coaching the Puerto Rican team in the World Cup, whatever it is. Fire him today. I don't even know.
You gonna fire him in the first game of a playoff series?
Yes.
Well, Molina's the one that come up last. It could have changed it if he'd have hit it out.
Well, if he could hit, I said he could coach.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering.
He has been one of the most clutch hitters we've ever had. You just can't ask for it every time.
Yeah,
he's not that good of a hitter to be every time. He's not. Yeah. If Pujols was,
he's a Perez.
If Pujols was as clutch as Yachty, it would be just completely lights out when he batted in the postseason. But we are relying on 40-year-olds here for some of this. But no, it was a complete. I was watching. I yelled at it because they said the infield was in. I said, "What? Why?" And then just soon. And it just right between them.
I'm glad, that's one thing that I'm glad that I'm a Cowboy fan because I hear from your dad when we're doing good or bad. Me and your dad, Calvin, we daggum text each other about why are we doing this, why do we not do this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's really I'm glad I'm not a Cardinals fan because I'd have been hearing it from your dad yesterday.
Well, he didn't see it. He left the house. It was 2-0, top of the ninth. He got here. We're down 3. He's like, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
So you drove up here. When I walked in the building, Terry. It was 2-1. The run was scoring when I walked in and turned the TV on. I walked down the hall started complaining to Dennis about something for a second. Walked back down the hall, and here we are, and we're losing. I mean, it was 5 minutes, and Dennis like, what happened? I was like, it was the most ridiculous thing. I'm down there yelling and fussing. So here's the little hit. Let me show it. I guess this stupid little hit. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to go with. I want to make sure I get the internet. Here we go. Get behind us. Let's see. No, this is 2-0. This is the first guy. I don't know how he got it. I'll make 2-1. Here's one that we get stupid. Look at this ball.
It's not off the fist.
Okay.
It's off the end of the bat.
All right, so
but if you're
back,
back,
time out.
Yeah.
So everything I said is false. Let's everything is wrong. The game.
That's
didn't
not what
happen.
I said.
Tom
That's
has
not
to
what I
correct
said.
one little thing in my speech.
Do you do that to me constantly?
Instead
Does
of
he
off the
do that to
handle,
me constantly?
It was
Yeah.
off the end
Yes,
of the
he
bat.
does.
I apologize to the world.
Well, I thought it was off the end of the bat.
I was like, if
But I
he
wasn't
fisted it, why
gonna
didn't it
say,
go
'cause I
back to
could
the
easily
pitcher?
miss
I
it.
thought it'd go right back to the pitcher.
Okay, I'll say this, Tom.
If he's playing normal dead, it's double play.
100% honesty. I assumed it was off the fist the way it was hit. I did not
right?
see if it hit off the end of the bat. Now, again, this isn't the point. Draymond, you and him changing the subject. I just spent a minute worried about whether it went off the end of the. Does it change the story?
I'm just making sure
Does
we
it
got.
change the
I'm just
story?
making sure we're 100% accurate.
All right, we're done with the bet. Tell us more about the Guardians and the Rays.
Oh no! Go ahead, finish it up. No, you get it. Yeah, I'm just having a little fun with you, man. You gotta go. Let's watch it. Come on.
This fool should have had a double play.
Yeah, if he's back, it's
Look at
double
that.
play. It's over.
Yeah.
3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, double play ball game. The shortstop's already at second.
Yeah,
This is
he
what I'm
was.
talking
Yep.
about. Why are
Yep.
we in up 1, trying to cut off a run? Don't you usually do that when you're like down 3 or something like that, Terry? Trying to not give up.
I mean,
one
I'm the
extra
first one because when it happened, I'm like, if you play normal dead, that's
and
double
he still should
play.
have called it.
Innings over.
He still should have called it. He
He
missed
fields
it.
that, goes to second, over to first, boom, it's done.
So that got through.
Yes.
So
They
the whole
scored
game
2.
changed. Whole game changed.
That scored 2 runs. A ball that you could roll it harder than that ball was hit, and he could score 2 runs.
But my question again, coaches, tell me why you brought everybody in.
Right.
I have no clue.
That's what I wanted to know. I didn't know why we were in. I didn't know why we were pulled in.
It definitely should have been double play depth. I don't know if they would have got 2 on that slow roller. He might not have hit it hard enough.
Look, this guy, he's getting ready to field it. He'd have been in front of. He ain't got 2 steps out of the batter's box.
Second baseman are usually like 10 to
He's
15
already
yard back.
heading to second because that's easy 1.
That's easy double play.
And then boom. You see what I'm saying?
Boom.
That's,
Game over.
yeah.
We win.
It might. Yeah. It probably. It might have been close, but it was. Yeah, it's a double play.
Unless
Yeah,
that
probably
ball
been
was
close at first.
unless that
But
ball was
then
up
it
the
got-
middle, it would have been. It couldn't have been easier to double play. I mean, just 5 feet back, you win. 5 feet back. Good job. Just overthinking. I'm just saying, just overthinking. Somebody acted like Tony La Russa for a minute and started thinking dumb stuff.
Somebody outcoach. Coaches outcoach themselves all the time. All the time. You see it at all sports, all levels. Coaches just outcoach themselves.
Double play ends the game, Terry, and we're in to cut off the 1 run.
Yeah. And you win 2-1.
Yeah. And like you said, even if you only get 1, it's a 2-2 game with 2 outs.
Yeah. You got 2 outs. There you
Then
go.
you can put everybody back normal depth, just play for an out. And, hey, we hit in the bottom of the 9th. If we don't, we go to extras. You know what I mean? You're kind of in a good position.
And then they hit one to Goldsmith to first, and we're so slow on defense over here that we can't even throw somebody out going home because we lost the force play. Terry, if we'd have kept the force backed up, even if we wouldn't got the double play, could have had a force.
That's a good slide, though.
It was a good slide.
I mean,
Yeah, it was the right call because Molina didn't argue.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't argue.
Maybe they should put the Gold Glover at first base to make this play.
and Molina doing everything he can. He can't be over
Man,
in
that was
front.
close, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, that was close.
Yeah.
Woo. You know what I would have called in a Saturday game? Put that out there in a Saturday game.
Then another hit. Then the shortstop misses one right here. Look at this. What is this? Whoop! What are you doing? That's our Gold Glove third base. That's Arenado.
they come up with something on that one. They even said
he's terrible.
No, they
Cutting?
come up and said that was the difference between being in the dark to the light from the sun.
Oh my
It probably
God.
got caught. in the middle.
God. That's what.
That's what they said right here.
A ground ball.
Like, boom. Like he was. See where he's at between the dark and the light.
It's feasible. It's feasible.
And it got to him too quick.
He didn't charge the ball like he's supposed to. What's third baseman supposed to do when it's hit your way? Forward.
Well, most of the time he ain't got time to think.
He went backwards. Look, he got short hop. Whoop, idiot. Fire him all, Tom.
That's a Gold Glover. Right
I know.
There. That's what I'm talking about.
He's
That's a Gold
nasty.
Glover
What's
right
he
there.
doing?
And
it just fell. That's what I'm saying. The whole thing was. It's like, Tom, we're sitting there watching a game, and the guy stood up in a Vegas shirt up there and waved at him. Hey guys, we ain't supposed to win this game.
Anything can happen.
Fixed.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, we came in, gave up a bloop. Then our first baseman couldn't throw a guy out at home.
Well, but as a fan,
third baseman missed
as a fan, though, and I understand where Kevin's going from, because as a fan, as Calvin and Kevin are Cardinals fans, you're sitting here and you're like, you know what? We're going to play 162 freaking games.
2 games.
And then we're going to be like 2 games and we're out.
Right, you ain't out yet.
But again, that's what I mean. A 5-game series, something like we wasted. How many games did we play? Whoever came, the Pirates this year. We played 20. The Pirates 20 times this year.
I
we
don't
can't play the
think-
Phillies 5.
Yeah, there you go. I'm with that.
Yeah.
I don't think this ought to be 2 out of 3. It ought to be 3 out of 5
At
in the
least.
first.
At one
and
time,
then go
wasn't
to
it that
4 out
way?
of 7.
Well,
one time.
they kept adding
Yeah.
playoff teams, so they're not going to take away from that 162.
Yeah, they kept.
Take spring training away. Come on, they're down there getting drunk in Florida and smoking whatever in Florida and Arizona. Ain't everything legal in both of those states, bro?
Not in Florida. You got Ron DeSantis down there. He ain't gonna let marijuana be legal in Florida. Come
Yes,
on now.
Scarface had problems with that.
That wasn't legal. You said legal. What Scarface did was not legal, but that's why it was so profitable.
My point, of course, my point on, and like Terry said, is like, why play, 162? Then you blow this game. You can't blow a game in a 3-game series.
You cannot.
You got to win games. You can't. You can't waste one. And in baseball,
you can blow one. You can't blow 2. You can blow 1.
It's just
put yourself in a hole. You can't make a mistake now.
But one other frustrating thing for me is that in out of market teams, Tom, you don't never see your team all year. You get in the playoffs. Hey, I get to see my team in the playoffs. You pumped up.
And also, boom, boom, 2 days you gone.
Or even the wild card.
Yeah.
That's always baffled me about baseball. We could get it in.
I will say this, though. I was looking at the attendance, and that's one of the knocks on Cleveland is they don't show up. I think St. Louis was 4th or 5th in attendance this year, Kevin.
Always.
They're coming out for the.
They fill it up. It's just you got to get through the crime part of the town.
Yeah, I've been there. It's a scary place.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest
for my life.
You talk about baseball, and I will give a team a lot of credit down at the end. And I know it didn't mean nothing. They ended up winning only 60 games, but the Oakland Athletics won their last 4 games.
Do you see the kids of the retiring catcher got to do the call him out? I can't remember the name of the catcher, but they called him out. Batting 6th, our dad. Da, da, da. And it was a pretty good tribute to him.
Well, what was weird, and let's say in 1999, let's say we all went in a little time machine. We went here in the pink Cadillac, and it turned into a time machine. And we go back to 99, and we see our old selves, and we say, guys, in 2022, a New York Yankee is going to hit 62 homers, and another guy's going to hit 700 home runs, and nobody's going to care. What would we have said to ourselves? Sitting there watching McGuire and Sosa and Griffey go at it 97, 98, 99. This is right
we
before
didn't know.
Bonds.
You got to tell me nobody cared about Aaron Judge. Every time he was up to bat, they cut into it.
I didn't care. I did not care.
Tom, again, what channel was you watching?
Well, it's ESPN.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about. I did not care. But the reason why I didn't care, because I'm like, so what? Either the guy's going to hit it out or he's going to strike out.
Whether you think that's whatever record or not, it's still the American League record.
Right.
You say that. Whether you think it's the Major League record or not, people who saw Bonds and McGuire and Sosa hit those balls can't sit there and say, you can't tell me I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I saw it. We all saw it. You can't sit there and say I didn't see it. So, and this is like the LeBron, I guess, Jordan thing is where just because you guys, this is the greatest thing you guys have ever seen, doesn't mean it's the best thing that's ever been seen. Terry and Tom, let's see if you guys agree. I don't know, top 5, top 3. Is Bo Jackson one of the best top 3-5 athletes ever?
Probably.
It has to be.
For sure.
He was born in he was playing when in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Then why is every NFL football player not better than Bo Jackson if it's not bigger, faster, stronger? Every running back in the NFL should be better than Bo. Bo's a scrub, right? That's what they tell us about Jordan and all these other. Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain once he messed up his hip.
Do what?
I mean, Bo even messed up his hip and still was one of the best athletes.
When he came back with a replaced hip, he hit a home run his first at bat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So it's frustrating for us. What do you say? And I know Tom's they're cheaters. They didn't break any rules that were in there.
Barry Bonds never broke a rule.
McGuire didn't. Sosa did. Now, the one thing Sosa did get caught with was the corked bat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can make an argument with that one. And then, Tom, you guys were going through air conditioning ducts trying to find corked bats in Cleveland one time, weren't you? What was that about, Tom?
No comment. No comment.
Didn't Manny had a corked bat too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Manny had a corked bat.
Manny had a corked bat.
So, the baseballs have changed over the years, whatever. Whatever you believe the record is, and however, the baseball is just, they're in a weird spot with their history. And it used to be the most sacred thing to the sport. And now, what do you do? Like the fact Jeff Bagwell could sit there and be in the Hall of Fame, and Edgar Martinez, and David Ortiz, who has failed a PED test. Those three are in the Hall of Fame, but Barry Bonds isn't.
Well, we've already had that discussion.
Jose is.
If they like you, they put you in the Hall of Fame. If they don't, they won't.
Well, life has changed because when I was growing up, it used to be America's Game, and that was baseball. That's all you heard. Now it's not. I mean, you talking about America's Game, it's NFL football.
Yeah.
I mean, it's overtaken baseball to an extreme.
Yeah.
And, so baseball's got to get some of that back.
Well, okay, Terry, you're a Royals fan. You probably do. I don't. Do you watch other baseball?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'm one of the ones that don't. I will probably not watch another series or another game of anything unless the St. Louis Cardinals are playing. So how do you get someone like me to want to watch? Well, again, 162 games. I'm not watching any regular season game that's not the Cardinals. I am not watching
too many
Royals.
games.
Yeah, they are a lot.
I'm not watching Royals and Yankees on any night or Red Sox. Who cares? I don't care. Y'all got 162 more. Why would I care if y'all win tonight? Right?
Yeah.
If you got that many games and then the playoffs, like what we were just talking about, if it's not say fair and then everybody's out or however you think it is, you get 2 or 3 games and you can't even get involved in it yet. It's hard for even me who likes baseball, who likes the Cardinals. I get to watch 1 to 5 games a year out of market unless I want to pay to watch it on the internet somehow. And so how can I get involved in it if I don't? It's just hard for me.
Well, it's hard
I like
for me.
baseball.
Yeah, Kansas City, I mean, I watch them when they first start, and I see how we start, about the first 10, 20 games, and then I'll not think no more about it until July.
Right.
When the All-Star game's coming up, I'll look, see where we at, and if we're contending, then I'll watch it. But if we're not, I'll glance back at us every now and then. But, I mean, it's like this year. I mean, I knew we were no good. I mean, there wasn't no way we was going to compete. And then, you look and say, well, I hope we win 70. I mean, okay, so what? So we didn't even get to 70. But, then you start looking at, okay, where do we pick at? I mean, what guy are we going to get? And then we're going to get another rookie and try to bring him up. And then we're going to take our all-time starters that are really helping us, and we're going to ship them out and bring these rookies in. Well, you know what? To me, none of that works because we're going to end up having to have an organization like a Tampa Bay who consistently wins no matter who's coaching, no matter who's playing. Whatever they're doing down there is tremendous because they win every year. They make the playoffs every year. If I was a Tampa Bay fan, I would love it. But now, are you going to win the title? I don't know. Maybe you have to do a Miami Marlins thing. Well, when they do it, they go get everybody and they go win it, and then they dish everybody. So what do you want? Do you want to see your team in the postseason? I know Kevin don't want to see St. Louis make the playoffs and then be out of it. That's not what you're after. You're wanting St. Louis to go and win a World Series again. That's what you're after.
Well, you asked, as Tom as a Guardians fan hadn't seen it, would you rather the do like the, would you not rather? I would say, wouldn't you rather do like the Marlins do and put everything into it? Wouldn't you, if you got a chance to do it, put it into it? I don't know. We've been, like I said, we've had a winning record for 17 of 18 years with Molina sitting back there.
When we started this
I know
year,
we're going to the playoffs if he's healthy.
When we started this year and the way the Yankees jumped out, everybody in here would have said, boy, that's a 100-win season. Yankees didn't even win 100 games.
Nope.
No.
The only team in the American League to do that was Houston.
Yeah.
99. All right. Well, a lot of games for nothing. I mean, Detroit, did they play any meaningful games this year? Did Kansas City? Did Oakland? Texas?
I can't believe how Texas is. They're near the bottom in attendance.
Nationals,
Dude,
Reds,
yeah,
Pirates,
Texas.
Rockies. I mean, that's a lot of unmeaningful games.
Well, there will be one extra Cleveland fan today. Danny Senafani will be attending the game.
There you go.
Where's that at today?
It's
In
all
Tampa?
all three of them are in Cleveland.
Oh, all three are. So St. Louis gets all three at home?
Yep.
Huh.
Darn, I did not know that.
Might have a shot.
Why don't you guys read something?
Well, I'm right, Tom.
That's
I
what
did
that's
not
what I'm
know.
told.
Well,
That's what I'm told.
I've got 5 channels.
I did not know you're going to get all of them at your place.
You get all
What
three
kind
at
of
your place.
series is that?
Yep.
Jeez.
All three at your place. All three.
How
That's
can
what I'm
that
saying.
be
Like
fair?
y'all are really saying the St. Louis. Okay,
It is.
you
I'm
let
looking
one
at
get
the
away,
schedule.
but you got 2 more at home. See.
Well, Miles Mikolas pitches tomorrow against Aaron Nola.
Is Tristan McKenzie pitching for Cleveland?
Today?
Today.
Yes.
Tristan.
McKenzie is today.
Why do we have a playoff? You're going to get all 3 games at home.
In Quantrill.
How'd you not know that, Terry?
I hadn't even really paid no attention. There you go. This is baseball.
To defend Terry, who would have ever thought that would be what it was?
Yeah.
It's only 3 games, Terry. You got to go fly back and forth, fly back and forth.
Okay, do I not have a chance?
The Mets are
play more games.
The Mets are playing the Padres. If I were the Mets, I'd just say, let us come to San Diego. We'll go out there for a few days, have a good time, and play a few baseball games. That's what I would
let's just have the series there. I mean, what is this? The World Series to start it?
You get all 3
Get
of
all
them.
of them at your
3
house?
games, all 3
Well,
of them.
St. Louis is listed as undecided for Game 3. If that's not Adam Wainwright, I don't know what's going to happen.
That's exactly right.
They better walk him out there
Yeah.
in front of the home crowd. Who cares what happens? Him and let him
Well,
go.
I mean,
him and
I'm going to be
Pujols.
honest with you. It wouldn't even be a thought to me. Wainwright would be on the mound today.
Yeah, I probably would. I agree.
Yeah.
But it might not be work out with maybe pitching days or whatever it is. But Mikolas is out there today. But I agree, Terry. I mean, again, if he doesn't pitch today, he doesn't pitch to Molina ever again.
Yeah, think of it.
Didn't get to see it. But they didn't have him scheduled in here. I don't know if they were just
That makes no
overconfident.
sense.
I can't believe they lost that game. That was so stupid. It's so stupid. All right, we'll be back. Just 2 minutes. We got to get through football. Sorry, that was way too long for baseball. That's okay. KDC Broadcast. It's playoff time. KDCBroadcasting.com.
You'll get more than a fair deal at Shelby Heated & Air. And to celebrate the return to the Cleveland County Fair, Shelby Heated & Air is now offering a fair service call special of just $55. Get a heating system checkup service call for just $55. Also, get up to $750 with a special Shelby Heated & Air discount on qualifying systems. Call today at 704-487-7877 and schedule your $55 service appointment today. Shelby Heated & Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
For over 60 years, Boyd Tire and Appliance has been serving the Clover and surrounding area with the finest quality of home appliances, televisions, lawn equipment and parts, tires and more. They feature in-house financing with 90 days same as cash, and they service what they sell. Drop by their showroom at 110 North Main Street in Clover, open 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. Call 803-222-3231 for Boyd Tire and Appliance and Boyd Lawn and Garden. Online at BoydTireandAppliance.com. The deals keep getting better and better each week at Cars, Trucks, and Credit in Lincoln. Come in this week and take a look at a 2007 Honda Accord at $17.99 down. Or how about a 2005 Honda Civic at $12.99 down? Cars, Trucks, and Credit has a 2010 Ford Escape at $12.99 down. For more information, go online at ctcautosports.com. Also see their page at whatsupshopper.com or come by their lot at 604 Clark Drive in Lincoln.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. The big new Skag mowers have arrived at the new Bean Brothers Hardware and Supply in Lincoln. It's the best commercial and residential mower on the market today. Nothing mows like a Skag. And also check out 44 feet of Diablo saw blades in stock, along with Marshalltown concrete tools and Redbird irrigation products and repair. Commercial pricing available, plus military and first responder discounts at the all-new Bean Brothers Hardware and Supply, 969 Reachville Road in Lincoln. Online at beanbrothershardware.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. The Cherryville High School Education Foundation presents in concert Darren and Brooke Aldridge.
I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I wanna learn to rope and ride.
The concert is Sunday, October 23rd from 5 until 8 at Baker Buffalo Creek Vineyard and Winery. Proceeds will benefit the Cherryville High School Outdoor Learning Center. The award-winning Darren and Brooke Aldridge have toured around the world and have played on the Grand Ole Opry over 40 times. Tickets are $25 each and are available at the door or from any board member. For more information, go to Cherryville High School Education Foundation's Facebook page. Tune in for Down Home with Milton Baker, Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. I don't think they realized that the last ad was only 11 seconds. So sometimes it's like that. Sometimes the commercials are really short. Very, very, very rare that it's only 11 seconds. But sometimes it's 11 seconds and I only have a few moment to.
Well, you got to be fast and ready to go.
That's why I said last.
Like Shelby Heating and Air. Call them 704-487-7877. Call them. They're doing a special on a system check for $55. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Make sure your heating system is ready to go this winter. Kevin.
So you understood what he was talking about?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Well, the shout-out filter was only 11 seconds, so I was trying to explain to the people who listen to us that sometimes I only have a limited amount of time to tell y'all last ad.
Well, you wasted that 11 seconds a minute ago not listening to us ready to go to break, sir.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing college.
College football picks. LSU at Tennessee. No, I said that wrong. Tennessee at LSU. Tennessee favored by 2.5. Tommy.
Upset alert, LSU.
Terry?
Yeah, I know. Last week, some people got on me. They said, you're just giving Tom too many chances in there on Saturday mornings, especially when I picked a lot of different last week.
Yeah.
I had people that could give me all kind of texts like, what are you doing, man?
Did you have a bad week, Terry?
Yeah.
What was your record?
It was terrible. And they said, you got to quit. They told me, they said, you got to quit doing that. You was giving Tom too much credit last week.
Yep.
They said, pick the team. And I said, I know. I said, but every day you got to make Tom happy. So this right here, no, they won't be nothing. Tennessee's going in there to LSU and pull out a victory.
2-point favorite. TCU favorite on the road at Kansas. How do you 5-0, Tom, at home, and you're not favored against another Big 12 team?
Because you don't play any defense. So I'm going with TCU.
I'm also going with TCU because so Kansas beat Duke. Okay, that's
now they're on the rise.
Oh, they are.
Their defense is still a little suspect.
Yeah.
Arkansas, 9-point underdogs at Mississippi State. $7. You can watch this prestigious SEC football game.
$7 still goes a long way at Mississippi.
You can't get a beer app for $7, and
you probably get a steak in Mississippi for $7. So give me Mississippi State.
Me also Mississippi State.
3 points. Utah on the road favorite at UCLA in the Rose Bowl today.
I'm going to do this one first, Tom, since you grabbed all of them. I'm taking Utah on the road at UCLA.
All right. I'm allowed to speak. Utah. How come I'm the only one that gets called out for that? Everybody else.
Well, you took the next three.
You go ahead and take the next three. Go ahead. It doesn't matter. You're going to pick them. They're probably going to be wrong.
Talking's fine, but when someone says Terry, what is this? And then the Cleveland Indians.
Whatever.
On to the next one.
All right. South Carolina. Oh, 6.5 dogs, 6-point dogs at Kentucky.
This is not even funny. Kentucky will destroy them.
Why is it only a 6 points in, Terry?
Yeah, South Carolina's not good.
But why is it only 6 points? Thoughts?
Well, maybe some people are questioning Kentucky, but they're playing at home. This should be a rout.
Kentucky.
BYU and Notre Dame, the battle of the independents. One of them gets my playoff spot.
This is
Notre Dame favored by 4.
And they're playing at home.
At home. No, they're not at home. Huh? This is in Las Vegas at Raiders Stadium. BYU and Notre Dame in Vegas.
There we go. BYU.
That's a weird.
Since they're not playing at home.
Location.
I never picked Notre Dame. BYU.
I was going to pick them if they're playing at home.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm not going to do that now.
They're starting to play better. I think they're getting the quarterback situation straightened out.
Kansas State at Iowa State. Wildcats favored by 1 in Iowa at Jack Trice Stadium.
Iowa State playing at home.
Yeah, that's my pick too. They're tough at home. Kansas State playing well though.
They are.
What was once the number 6 team in the nation is dogs by 24 points. We're picking the spread on this one.
Oh, Lordy.
Can Texas A&M now cover the spread against Alabama?
What's the spread?
24.
No. So we're picking spread.
Oh, wait a minute. Alabama's quarterback's hurt, right?
That's why it's only 24.
Or it would have been more. Spread of 24.
I don't think so much it's Texas A&M's defense as it is their offense can't score. I mean.
Yeah, but if you don't have a quarterback on the other side, do you think Alabama's going to score that many points with a backup?
Alabama, 24. I think Texas A&M covers that.
Over under is 48.
I think they cover
Terry with a 24-point spread.
Yeah, I'm covering.
What's that tell you? Texas A&M can't score.
Wow.
Yeah. They can't, but their defense will be good enough to keep them in it.
So their prediction then is like
we're taking Texas A&M with the spread
in Raleigh. The tomahawk chop comes in to just put a stake in their hearts and just end their season right here. Florida State in Carter Finley today, 69 degrees, $60. You can see this matchup. 50.5 is the over under. Wolfpack favored by 3.5. Tommy, who you got?
NC State. They'll bounce back, Terry, even though they went down there and, as you said, choked on an egg at Clemson.
Yeah, they did choke bad. North Carolina State, ever since Florida State come into the ACC, North Carolina State's been one of the most consistent teams in the ACC to beat them year in and year out.
And I watched Wake Forest get the football back and drive it down Florida State's throat to score that ceiling touchdown. Florida State's defense is pathetic.
Florida State allowing 21 a game. NC State 15. Both Florida State averaging 34 on offense. NC State basically 30.
You got to take some of their cupcakes in there. When they had to play Wake Forest with a good offense, that it exposed.
But
their
now
defense.
our offense is not that great. Everybody saw that last week. We have no running game. Period.
I think NC State.
Florida State has beaten LSU this year.
Good. LSU's no good.
Didn't y'all just pick them?
We did at home.
I didn't. I did not.
That's right. I picked them at home.
Picked them.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
How many is that, Terry? 10?
That's 9.
9?
NC State's got tough wins over ECU, Charleston Southern, and Connecticut.
Yeah, I know.
And Texas Tech, however you want to weigh that one.
Texas Tech pretty good.
I think beating LSU is better than beating any of them. All right. However you want to look at it.
Says the man who never watches college football.
I'm just reading the math. Vegas. They know it all. All right. That started. How many you got there, Terry? That's
9.
That was pretty good amount there. Let's go over to the ACC versus anything else in here. Ooh, Louisville and Virginia. 1 point.
Go ahead and pick your Virginia
Cardinals
again, Terry.
favored by 1.
They're making me mad. But they're playing at home. Give me Virginia.
I'll go with Louisville.
Okay.
I don't trust the Wahoos.
Duke
trust
and Georgia Tech. Blue Devils favored by 3.5 on the road in Bobby Dodd Stadium. $27, 77 degrees. Nice, beautiful day in Atlanta.
Yeah, Duke, can you bounce back after getting beat a few weeks ago by Kansas? I don't know whether Duke can do this, but I am not going to take Duke on the road. I'm taking Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech has a hard time scoring points.
They do.
I'm going to go with Duke.
Okay.
Tar Heels in Miami.
Man, this is a tough one.
For $9, Terry. $9. App don't belong. Our beers cost more than y'all's tickets. We don't belong. Miami Hurricanes. This is just weird. 1997, Terry, I fly you back there. Chris Keldorf lighting up the ACC and the Hurricanes win national championships. And I tell you, in 25 years, you'll be able to ticket for $9 for this game. About cut somebody to get in that game the first time they came to Carolina, Tom. Who you got, Terry? 3.5 point favorites for the Hurricanes.
Carolina can score points, and Miami can score against Carolina's defense. So here's another game going to come down there. I'm going to say Miami at home outscores Carolina.
Carolina averaging 45, Miami 35. Carolina's giving up 33, and Miami 20.
It's like I want to pick Carolina, but I don't trust their defense.
But Tom, you just said Florida State's defense was bad. They're giving up the same number of points as Miami, and then Carolina's giving up 13 more than them.
I don't trust Carolina's defense on the road. I'll go with Miami.
Need to put Malachi in if they're that bad. How can you not get any smell?
I know.
Like,
12 down?
Put somebody in that can just anybody. Try anybody out. Do Wake Forest favored by a lot? Clemson favored by a lot. Let's go over to the Big Ten. See if Tommy can.
What's the line in the Ohio State game? 20?
27. Maryland favored by 3 over Purdue. Tom, what you got there?
I think Maryland playing pretty good football. They hung with Michigan. They got pretty good offense. Two of his little brothers playing there. So give me Maryland.
And I'm also going with you with Maryland.
Illinois and Iowa. Illinois favored by 4 in Champaign.
This is a huge game for Illinois. I mean, after their big win at Wisconsin last week. So they're pumped up, and Iowa's tough. I think now that Illinois is expected to win, Iowa will go in there and beat them.
Oh, you're taking Iowa.
Taking Iowa. Even though Bielema's got that program going in the right direction, Illinois, I think they're going in the right direction. Listening to that game last week, I was pretty impressed, but Wisconsin is basically in disarray. And Iowa, don't count them out. They'll play you tough.
Okay, as long as you kept talking, that made me take Illinois. That's 14. Is that good?
One more.
Yeah, don't you usually do one more, Terry?
Yeah.
We'll go over to the Sun Belt and see what App's doing this week.
Man.
Yeah,
I hate it when he does that.
They're up 18. The chickens are favored by 13. The fancy chickens, that is.
What about Georgia Southern?
Georgia State's a close one. I don't want to do that one. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go over to.
How about the Big 12? How about Oklahoma and Texas?
How about the Big South?
There you go. Oklahoma, Texas.
Oklahoma, Texas.
Oklahoma and Texas. What are they doing? Is that even a close game, or is this just a bunch of wasted time?
Neither one of them's ranked. It's the first time in like 20 years neither one of them's ranked.
Texas, Oklahoma. Texas favored by 8.5, guys.
I like Texas. I think Oklahoma's in disarray.
Why'd you want to do that, Tom? Because I'm taking Texas off, too.
All right.
There we go.
All right. If you're the playoffs ended today under my system, it would be Ohio State, Tommy, facing the North Texas Mean Green in round 1.
Yeah, I thought Texas State. I thought it was the Fighting Armadillos.
Then we got Utah. You'd play the winner of Utah and Minnesota. BYU would be at Georgia, Air Force at Clemson, James Madison at USC, Cincinnati at Oklahoma State. Carolina
UNC made the playoff.
Yep, they jumped up in the playoffs, Terry, after everything that's happened.
What the world?
They would be in the playoffs right now. They've got votes in the votes. Alabama won, Toledo 16. Let me make sure I didn't have a college football.
Well, I will give credit for State. They fell from 10th to 14th. That's not bad. That's not
tough
bad.
place to play, Clemson. That's a tough place.
It
to
is.
play.
The last time the Phillies were in the playoffs, and they played the Cardinals 11 years ago, and the guys had it says they had guys like Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina back then on that team.
Yep.
Let's see, Terry. I'm gonna read this real quick. We'll be back for football and NFL for a minute. We'll read a couple of fun tweets for you. This is did you ever see Draymond Green and Conor McGregor back and forth on Instagram? No.
Conor McGregor, he couldn't even compete.
Tom, did you ever see this one? So this is McGregor wearing a Warriors jersey before. This is CJ Watson jersey back when they had the Fighting Warrior jersey before Draymond even got there. So he's wearing this to one of his fights and to the fight. And Draymond comments on his thing, "We're rocking with Floyd Mayweather, bro, not you. Take that off." Talk about the Warriors jersey. McGregor responds, he doesn't know who Draymond Green is, first of all.
Yeah.
That CJ Watson, mate. I don't know who the F you are. No disrespect, though, kid. Keep hustling and stay in school. Then one more, he said, "Now go ask yourself why I'm rocking the CJ when I don't give a F about basketball. I dribble heads off the floor, not a ball. This is no game here, kid." So they were talking about who Draymond will not fight. Conor McGregor was one of them. Here's Draymond's career stats: 51% on twos, 32% on threes, 71% on free throws, 100% on kicks and punches. Tom has not missed one of those yet.
Right.
Cardinals in their playoff history, 93-0 when leading by 2 runs after 8 innings.
Until yesterday.
93-0. This you understand what I'm upset now about? 93-0 until yesterday, and got beat. It's just the stupidest thing. And then we're going to pull that up for a minute for one last laugh after football. All right, JP, you ready? Before we go to break, stat of the week for the Panthers in a game they led by 7 at the half. They ran the ball twice in the second half. We'll be back in a minute.
You'll get more than a fair deal at Shelby Heated & Air. And to celebrate the return to the Cleveland County Fair, Shelby Heated & Air is now offering a fair service call special of just $55. Get a heating system checkup service call for just $55. Also, get up to $750 with a special Shelby Heated & Air discount on qualifying systems. Call today at 704-487-7877 and schedule your $55 service appointment today. Shelby Heated & Air. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Looking for commercial or residential flooring? Look no further than Piedmont Flooring in Lincoln. Piedmont Flooring is in the same location as Watson Carpet and Tile. Jason Husky, the owner, has military background and is active in the community as well as sports. Piedmont Flooring specializes in laminate, LVP, LVT, sheet vinyl, hardwoods, tile, carpet, cabinets, countertops, VCT, and backsplash. Open Mondays through Fridays, 8 to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 8:30 to 12. Piedmont Flooring, 2129 East Main Street in Lincoln. Call 704-735-2938. It's a family-owned business helping families.
Start your engine. Citric's going to power off the turn a little bit better. Down the hill into turn 7. Citric in the lead.
Justin Allgaier is not going to back down. That car steps out and he gets sideways. Ty Gibbs actually misses the backstretch chicane. He drives over the rumble strips. He is going to have to stop and serve his penalty right there on the backstretch.
5 cars right together fighting for the second spot. Cindric has the advantage.
A drive for the Cure 250 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Saturday, October 8th at 2:30.
On Carolina Country, WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
Hannah Merritt of Crest High School is this month's McDonald's KTC Broadcasting WhatsUpShopper.com Scholar Athlete of the Month. Hannah is a junior at Crest and is the daughter of Wayne and Paylene Merritt. Hannah plays volleyball, soccer, and is on the swim team. She has a grade point average of 4.59. Her advanced courses include government, U.S. history, psychology, human geography, biology, language, and composition. Also calculus and literature. Hannah is the student body president and president of the National Honor Society and member of the Beta Club. She attends Macedonia Baptist Church of Kingstown. Hannah serves as a student fellow at the Math Academy and hosted a blood drive at her church. She also volunteers for the American Legion World Series and is involved in the Community Potato Picking Project. After graduation, Hannah plans to attend UNC Chapel Hill and major in journalism and creative writing. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting WhatsUpShopper.com Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize a student athlete not only for accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievements in the classroom and for overall school and community citizenship.
Plumbing problems? Well, if you're not an expert plumber, then we invite you to call the Expert Plumbers. That's Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City. Just call 828-245-7302. Recommended since 1973. From faucets to sinks to toilets, from sewer and drains to well pumps, from dishwashers to disposals to bathroom remodeling, residential and commercial, new homes too. Don't let your plumbing problems drive you plumb crazy. Call Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City, 828-245-7302, or visit the website at olmstedplumbing.com.
At Coyote, we're going to treat you like dirt because we hold dirt in the highest regard. We're honored to find it under our fingernails, lucky to be caked in it at day's end. It keeps us humble, honest. Dirt gets taken for granted by most, but if you know us, you know getting treated like dirt means getting treated with respect. Coyote, we dig dirt.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 intersection west in Vale.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. We're in the last leg of the race.
That's right. Thank you, Shelby Heating and Air, for bringing
what do you want me to say?
Thank you for bringing Shelby Heating and Air, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. Time for NFL picks.
Tom.
Okay, so we're in the last few yards of the ball game.
Computer.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
The last few yards of a ball game.
He's getting there, Terry.
Okay.
Let's go to the NFL scoreboard for NFL picks here. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum.
What were our records in college last week, Terry?
Tom, why you ask? I can tell you.
Usually when I do poorly, you make sure.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure I got it. I would never do you like that, Tom.
Yeah.
Last week in college, this is how come people send it. Kevin went 10-5
in NFL. Kevin doesn't do
right,
college.
You're right. You were 8-7. I was 7-8.
Yeah, I knew it was close. Yeah,
even Kevin said here last week when we was doing them, he said, "You know what's going to happen when we get 5 and we get 6. It's going to be vice versa." You know, because we had 11 out of the 15 that were different.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people say to me, "Why did you pick them? Why did you pick them?"
Terry, check out the shirt there. You want one of these?
Run the
I'm
ball,
definitely going to buy one of these. How could I not buy one of these? These
Well,
are going around Cleveland, Terry.
I can't get on the Browns website because Browns fans are so incredibly dumb. It's just I can't deal with it. I don't even get on their site.
Oh, look!
Now you know what they're saying. You know why Baker Mayfield's no good? Because Kevin Stefanski ruined him. That's why he's no good.
Yeah.
That's stellar. That's brilliant.
But speaking of NFL, last week, Kevin went 10-5.
There you go. Starting to warm up.
Yep. Tom went 9-6. You know what I did last week?
What?
15-0. 6-9.
Rough week for Terry.
What was you doing last week, Terry? I told you last week you were drinking.
Man.
You come in this week and start talking about Draymond.
6-9.
The guy's face is at fault.
All right.
All right. Anyway, talk a little bit about NFL as far as last week. Any big news or thoughts, Tom, you wanted to touch on besides the concussion things? I know we don't have too much time to get on it. We talked about the neck stuff earlier, but this is one thing I want to say. We all enjoy our high school football, and we all enjoy, and a lot of people enjoy the youth football. But at some point in the concussion movie, Will Smith and them come out and was trying to say this, and a lot of guys with the CTEs and the things that's happened. At what point do you start having to look at it as a MMA, as a boxing type sport where you don't want folks underage actually doing this? So Tua was slammed down and his neck popped. That's not a Junior Seau or Ray Lewis hitting somebody in the face, lighting them up, full speed grown man. That can happen on any play on any field. And now a lot of these high schools going to the AstroTurf. right?
Got ours coming next year.
It's about to make things, or is that going to be more dangerous or better? You know what I mean? So that's a lot of these players are getting, when they hit their heads on these turfs, either their neck, they're getting concussed. And again, with the Highland Techs playing the Shelbys, I can't stand that. And then, again, we love our high school football, I know. But at some point, we've got to evaluate what's best when you see someone like Tua, what happened to him this week.
All I want you to do is, if you ever want to see AstroTurf put down, just watch it being put down, of what they put underneath the turf. And then we wonder how come kids, if you playing on AstroTurf, and how come you can tear up an ACL, MCL, et cetera, and because your foot's going to stick. It's not going to give any. That's going to happen. Concussions, like Kevin's talking about, it's going to happen on account of everything that's underneath the turf. So, I mean, it's a great thing. It's a great thing to have because you don't have to fertilize it, and you don't have to cut it, and you don't have to do all this good stuff with it. But there's a lot of other aspects that come with it as you do it.
Should Tua retire?
Well, he's not.
Right, but I mean, how do you look at that and say, you shouldn't? Why should you come back on the field? And then was it Burrow this week said he's had a tons of concussions, and Brett Favre said he's had thousands. And I've made that point, and that I know I have, and everyone who's ever played football. The definition of concussion is just your brain bouncing up against the wall of your skull.
That's exactly right.
So
it makes you woozy.
You can just shake your head like this and give yourself a concussion.
Yeah. And the first thing you want to do is just grab your head because you want everything to stop. Yeah.
And so with running backs, and Terry, Mason had a great night last night, and I just worry about him because you get there. Jalen Moore, Tom, between Crest and Appalachian State, how many carries did he have? If he would have started maybe later, or not as in high school, as in college and getting paid like they maybe are now, maybe we save some of these. But I don't know what the answer is and where we should go. But you can't make a game that, no matter how hard you try, you can't make a sport where you're hitting yourselves in the head safe. You can't put cushions inside your skull.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The brain is bouncing up against your skull. All right, let's get through the scores real quick. Sorry, we're running a little late on that, folks. All right, All right, Giants at Packers. 3-1 for both teams. Terry.
Packers
at home.
I believe I'll go Packers. Now, of course, when we do that, we'll all miss those, and Giants will play the game of their lives. All right, Steelers at Bills. Bills favored by 14.
Bills.
Steelers offense is abysmal. Kenny Pickett comes in, throws 3 picks. You got what you want, fans. That's what happens when you listen
Chargers
to fans.
You want Bills?
Yeah, we're going Bills, yeah. Chargers favored in Cleveland this week at 1 o'clock CBS. Tommy.
Yep, Browns have to have it, so let's go Browns.
I'm also going Browns.
I think they will. I think Kevin will run the ball.
Yep.
Bears at Vikings, Terry.
Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going chalk on this one, too. Vikes at home.
That Ohio State quarterback's been struggling a little bit, Tommy. Just
so
a touch.
You taking
just
the Bears?
A touch. No, Vikings.
That's what I thought.
Patriots and Lions. I will not pick the Lions, no matter bad. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to take that back. No, I'm not picking the Lions. Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots for me.
Patriots. Lions are scoring like crazy, though. They might be one of the best offenses in the NFL.
They are.
An ugly game to watch. This might be the game in hell, or the next one probably is. Seahawks and Saints, Terry.
Lord.
Saints favored by 5 at home. Andy Dalton, I believe, is starting.
I think he can lead them to a victory, but I don't know. I'm going to take the Saints. I'm going to stay at home.
Yep, me too.
Saints at home. The 2 of the most home favorite teams in the world, Seahawks and Saints.
Yeah.
Dolphins without Tua at Jets. Zach Wilson is back in the house. Terry. Dolphins favored by 3.5 on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. I'm taking the Jets since they're playing at home. I just don't know whether Dolphins can.
It's Bridgewater, ain't it?
Yeah, yes.
Teddy Bridgewater against Zach Wilson. Tommy?
I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I just can't take the Jets and old Zach Wilson. Hide your mom.
the Dolphins have two of the weakest armed quarterbacks in the NFL with those wide receivers, Bridgewater in there. I'm going Zach Wilson with a win this week. Falcons at Buccaneers. Falcons 10-point dogs in Tampa. Tom Brady's had his issues this week.
Yeah, his wife's leaving him. He'll be all right. I think he'll be fine. Buccaneers at home.
Bucks.
Tampa Bay for me. Titans at Commanders. 2-2 Titans favored by 1.5 in Washington. I think that'd be bigger.
I don't know. They're not playing real well.
Well, Washington's awful.
Yeah, give me the Titans.
Titans.
I'm going to go Titans as well. Did you see Commanders are going to try out Cam Newton?
Good for them. Good for them. Bring him to town. He's always in it.
Oh, no, here's game in hell. Texans and Jaguars.
That's not Jaguars are pretty good, man. I'm telling you, Peterson's got them playing pretty well.
He's a good coach, but the Texans are awful.
Yeah, Jaguars.
He's coaching the Jaguars.
I know.
Yeah, give me the Jags.
This game's going to be in hell every week. Texans are in hell every week. Okay. Texans and Lions game.
Okay.
You taking Jaguars?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm taking the Jaguars.
He's taking his boy.
Jaguars.
He's taking that Lawrence. He knows.
I'm taking the coach. 49ers at Panthers. My sister bet this game tomorrow.
49ers.
Yeah, I just don't. The Panthers are in disarray. They got Steve Smith on his podcast trashing them, saying they're idiots. I just don't think. I think Matt Rule is counting down the days. It's going to be a 49ers victory.
Well, last week they gave up more than 17 and lost. We knew how that would work, didn't we?
Yep.
49ers, definitely. Cowboys at Rams. 2-2 Rams in L.A. favored by 5.5. Tickets as low as $200.
Yeah, it's L.A. They got a lot of money out there.
Well, here's the game. Cowboys. This is where Cooper will lose his first one.
So, Terry, how can the only quarterback in NFL history to start his first games, 4-0?
Yeah.
How could he get benched after that?
This will do it right here. Rams will win.
Lose one and you're out.
Yep.
I like the Rams at home.
Wish they'd let Romo do that. Eagles and Cardinals.
You take the Rams?
Yes, I'll take the Rams in this one at home.
Okay. Here's where everything comes right back into proportion because there's an opportunity and the Eagles, the Arizona, will beat the Eagles.
You're picking Kyler Murray?
Yep.
All right. I think the Eagles are playing good ball. I like Kyler Murray, but I think the Eagles will go in there and defeat them and stay undefeated.
On the road in Arizona, Philly favored by 5.5.
Yeah.
Cardinals aren't very good on defense.
I have no faith in the Cardinals anything. Eagles with the win. If Cardinals win, it's not going to surprise me.
See, this is where everything will fall in place because then next week, Dallas goes to Philly. Dallas is within one game, and there you go. Dallas clutches up and takes the lead in the NFC East.
Okay.
We're first place fans. We don't talk to wild card teams.
Yeah.
Bengals and Ravens, Tom.
I tell you what, both these teams have seemed like the Ravens let one get away from them
twice.
I don't know if I trust them, but
Ravens have done it twice.
Bengals have kind of. It's a hard game to pick. I'd take the home team then. Just go with the Ravens.
I'm also picking the Ravens because I don't know how you can blow 3 games in a row like that. So I'm taking the Ravens.
I've ever picked Cincinnati Bengals to win a road game since I've been alive. Ravens with the win. Raiders at Chiefs Monday Night Football. Y'all picking the Raiders?
I'm going Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs across the board. All right, Tom, if you will now hit the computer button. JP.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
I had 2 words for you. Now, this is the announcer call of the week. Y'all ready for that?
Off the screen, driving baseline. Oh, you fat with a 3. Yes, I just said that. That is that man's name.
Oh, you fat?
Oh, you fat with a 3.
Oh, you fat.
Oh, you fat with a baseline. Oh, you fat with a 3. Yes, I just said that. That is that man's name. Don't tweet at me. I don't want to tweet from anybody. That's the man's name.
Steve. Ho you fat is his name.
Ain't this
He's
something?
a French basketball player born in 1988. That's his last name, JP.
Oh, you fat.
They had no choice of whether they liked
his
him or
last
not.
name is his last name is Ho. In Asia, they do the last names first.
Steve,
Isn't that right? Asian culture, last name first, right?
He's French. He's not Asian.
French.
He's French. He's Steve. How you fat? He's a black dude from France.
Oh, you fat. I don't want any tweets.
That's the announcer. Terry, would you like to do that game?
Solid. Curling off the screen, driving baseline.
Just call him
Oh, you fat with a 3. Yes, I just said that. That is that man's name. Don't
That's how come he couldn't get
I
up.
don't want to tweet from anybody. That's the man's
The
name.
funniest thing is the other announcer was just cackling at him.
Yes, I just said that. That is that man's name. Don't talk. I don't want to tweet from anybody. That's the man's name. Solid.
All right, we'll see you next week
Unreal.
for more news from Steve. How you fat on KTCBroadcasting.com.